Can you hear me all right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
You gotta look at my stream, dude.
I can't, I'm
When
on
it's
my
live.
mobile. Actually,
Hello.
I can have a look.
Oh, there we go.
Later and have a look, maybe.
Alright, let's get the switch ready. Cool.
Maybe.
Hold on.
Oh, my body doesn't know what time it is.
I didn't have a nap today. Get me.
I've been surviving off like 3 hours sleep for the last sort of 3 days.
Fuck.
The fun joys of doing nights, switching to
Oh,
days.
yeah.
Yeah. Especially when there's not much daylight at the moment. Well, there's loads of daylight at the moment. There's not much darkness. If you know what I mean.
That and the fact that people keep waking me up at 3 in the morning, turning up for work.
Alright.
Yeah, man.
Let me know when we're ready to rock. Let me know what you think of my get up for the podcast tonight.
What's it under?
Where is it?
Webby
Oh, yeah.
360G.
Let's have a look.
Oh, what's changed? Oh dear.
What's this on? Is this on Twitch?
He's got his bandana on, his face mask, and his shades.
Right,
It's pretty cool, to be fair.
We're going all out, man. Yeah.
You should stream like that all the time now. That'll be your gimmick.
Yeah, man. I can't really see because my sunglasses are getting really steamed up.
Yeah, that's the trouble I noticed when you have your face mask on with sunglasses.
Yeah.
Because you're breathing, your breath goes up through the
Yeah.
top of the mask into your shades.
Yeah, man.
right.
to-
Oh, I want to go into Twitch, don't I? Let's
Is
have a
that
look
your
at
mark?
Twitch.
Yeah, that's the bandana I wear when I go to the shops. It's got to be done, dude.
It's weird. My feed is like about sort of like 30 seconds behind.
Oh, is it?
There we
Fair
go.
enough.
Oh my good god! You look like one of those.
No,
you look like one of those avatars created in a. Yeah,
In the COD lobby.
in a COD lobby. Yeah. You could be any age. I reckon you look like you're about 15 years old.
I am. How did you know? I can't actually see the comments. Clarky, hey! Yeah,
I'm
man.
sure it was Clarky
I'm not
that
actually
lived
going to
in
podcast with this on
around
my
Lake
face
Farm.
because I'm finding it really hard to actually talk properly. So, yeah. Oh, I just thought that'd be funny. Oh,
You've ditched the Red Sox baseball cap and going with bandanas now.
It's a do-rag, mate. So he
yeah.
wipes his arse with that.
I've gone for the. It's a snood.
Oh, put it back on, Webby. Jesus.
Has he gone for the Portland protester look this evening?
Yeah,
man.
I was going to say, he looks like a protester.
Well, the problem is I need to wear my glasses because I can't actually see that well. That's it.
My sight's going actually the older I get, and I think it's because you're constantly looking at your phone all the time. Like my eyes are constantly focusing on different distances constantly, and I think it's like screwed them up a little bit.
Yeah, get him seen to, man. Get some glasses.
Yeah. Dr. Webby in the house. Oh yeah.
I think I'm the only member of my family who doesn't wear glasses at the moment.
Oh wow. So, are we ready to rock?
He's a dodgy wrestler from the 90s. Yes, you are. You look like you look through Sergeant Slaughter's crew. Right. You're just fanning around now. You're so vain. Stop it. He can't hear us, can he?
Oh yeah, that's the look. Right,
Okay, can he? Yeah,
are we ready?
yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't believe this.
What's
What's
that?
the order?
Bushwhacker.
I can't actually see any of my monitors. That's the problem. Oh dear. Okay. Let's take the mask off, and then we'll go from there. Oh,
This is prime bonus content for everyone watching
man.
this.
okay. We ready? I might just wear the sunglasses the whole time though.
Roger, Roger.
Have you
10-4.
got those gunner glasses or not?
What do you mean?
Well, there's like sort of like glasses that sort of you can get that also like act good for gaming. I'm sure they're like gunner or something they're called.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
They're sort of like gaming glasses that reduce glare from the
They make
monitors and
gamer
stuff.
everything, don't they? Gamer underpants.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do just put it on one more time because I think Colin missed out. So, and then we'll start.
Hello,
Hang on.
Colin. Here we go. Okay. Worth my £1.50. Yeah, it is Clarky.
Okay, are we good? We good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're episode 30.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't actually see the Discord because my glasses are so fogged up. So
Your mouth sounds
we'll go
muffled as well.
Peebs. We'll go Pete. No, Dan, Peebs, Darren.
yeah.
All right.
Dan, Peebs, Darren. Yeah.
Dan, Peebs, Darren.
Roger.
Roger Dodger 10-4 over.
Yeah.
I need to start recording. Okay, right. So this is the last time you're going to see me looking this cool. Let's take a picture. Love it.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh, mate. Right, let's bring this off. Glasses are back on. I can see what I'm doing, and we're going to go. We're going to do it. We're going to record. Woo! Okay. It's the bandana revolution, guys. You know, it's got to be done. All right, we ready to rock?
It's because you haven't had a haircut yet, mate.
I haven't. I'm growing it out, mate. I'm actually growing my hair out. I'm going to have it really long.
Yeah.
You're gonna
that's
get a
actually
mullet.
Yeah, I'm going to have a mullet, and it's going to look awesome. Nothing wrong with a mullet.
Right. Okay.
Okay, we're episode 30. Let's do this. And a 3. And a 2. And a 1. Hello, welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 30 for Tuesday, the 28th of July, 2020. If you're watching this live, it is actually Sunday the 26th, but for everyone else, it is the 28th of July. I'm your host, Mark Webb, Gamertag, Pearson ID, Steam ID, Webby, 360G, and joining me today is...
Quite clearly a face for radio, Cinema Dan.
Mr. Peebs, aka Pitbull Peebs, aka Playboy Peebs.
Just plain old Sensei Switch. Job done.
How we doing, guys? How we doing?
Yeah, I was just marvelling at your bandana and face mask combo.
You love it, mate. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, there's a really slow train going past my house. Can you hear it?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Only
That's,
now.
It's huge. It's going really slow. Those
Yeah.
those transport ones.
that's actually our Twitch hype train.
Woo woo!
Piling past.
That's how we roll, guys. How we
Yeah.
roll. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since we last recorded. 2 weekly. It's weird, isn't it? I'm still trying to get used to it. Going back to the 2 weekly. I don't know about you guys. You're probably loving it.
It's great, mate. Get my Sundays back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick. That train is still going. Bloody hell. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone else has had a haircut since lockdowns ended. Has anyone had
Yes.
Anyone
Yes.
Peebs? Well, Peebs' missus cuts hair, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have mine done every 2 weeks, so.
What about you, Darren?
2 weeks. No, I did mine myself, like about a month in.
Oh my goodness.
COVID buzz cut.
Well, no, just clippers, mate.
Oh, I just about to say, did you use a bowl?
No, definitely not.
I don't think I've had my hair cut since December.
Shit.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. I think it's been that long. So
I've
it's
got
pretty long now.
I got mine done 4 days after they opened. I just walked in. It was all right.
Yeah.
My mask on. It was
Yeah.
£14 special, hair washed and everything. Walked out. It was all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it is giving me a good excuse to do some experimenting. So, because I had my hair quite short, so it's actually, for what I'm like, it's quite long. But it's giving me an excuse to, because I usually wear baseball caps, but now because I bought some snoods because obviously we have to wear masks, and I don't like things being attached to my ears. So I thought, what can I wear to go to the shops on the rare occasion I go to the shops? I thought, there's these things called snoods I found when I was searching for bandanas. So I bought 3 of them, and I watched a tutorial video, and I found out that you can put them on your head. So I've got one on my head now. I think it's really cool. And
So that's
it's
not
very comfy.
That's not a bandana. That's like a you've had that around your mouth and you wrapped it around your head now.
No, this one's been washed.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter.
It's
I
more
mean,
like a scarf thing, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
footballers wear them in the winter.
yeah. But you can do all sorts of things with them. You can wear them as like different ways on your head. So it's like, that's cool.
Cool. As long as it keeps you happy and
Emergency
safe.
underwear.
That's it.
Yeah. We've always
yeah.
been caught short.
It's it's getting there, mate. I'm gonna see how long I'm gonna get my hair before it annoys me too much. But
Whack it up in a man bun.
well, no. It might get to the point where I have a really manly ponytail at some point, but
Is there such a thing, mate?
no. Have to ask some of our listeners who probably have hair like that right now.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think some of our listeners have had haircuts. I think you're the only one, mate, who's hasn't ventured outside the house.
Oh, it's because I'm a fucking hermit, mate. That's the problem.
I know.
I love being at home. Like, this whole COVID business has been selfishly a little bit of a nice dream of mine come true, where I don't have to go anywhere. I can chill at home all day. I don't have to travel to work. It's lovely. Just sit in front of my computers for 12 hours a day.
Fucking great, mate.
I love it, mate. I love it.
Good for your eyes.
Actually, I do get to that point every day now where I have, like, on my hour lunch break, I have to just get out the house and have a walk for an hour just to get away from a screen. Because my eyes get really, like,
And
they start
for
stinging.
a little bit of exercise and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Blood flowing through your legs.
Yeah.
I know everything around the back end of Brighton. I fucking know now.
Oh, I bet
I've-
you
I've-
do.
I've-
Woohoo!
Yeah. Sorted, mate. Sorted. That was a fortunate slip, wasn't it?
Woohoo.
We'll try into that one.
It's fine. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I've like all the I've been looking around all the posh houses.
Yeah.
See which ones have got security. Obviously, joke.
Well, now you can go around with a face covering and a baseball cap and some sunglasses. No one will recognise you. You can go on the road easy.
No one recognised me anyway, mate.
Oh, okay.
So we're okay there. No, it's all right actually. No, I walked into woods, and parks and seen lots of weird things, and it's all right.
Okay.
So I'll be working from home next week. Finally back to work. Yay!
Nice.
4.5 months of doing fuck all. So I can't wait really, to be honest with you. But I will be hopefully doing a bit of exercise, getting myself out and about. But we'll see. But I have loaded the fridge up for tomorrow with snacks.
Nice.
So we'll see how we get on.
Okay.
All healthy minds. So many apples, and I did get myself a curry.
Oh,
So it's all good.
nice, mate.
all good.
Nice. Good times. Anyway, should we get into some gaming?
Yes.
Shall we talk
maybe.
about the Xbox event before we talk about what we've been playing?
Yes.
May as
Because
well.
I've actually been dying to discuss
off.
this with everyone. Because I noticed in our community there's a lot of people who get quite down on things. A lot of people got
Stay
down
off
on.
social media if that's the case.
Yeah, a lot of people were
Terrible
very
for that.
vocal against the Xbox event, which was, I don't know, man. I actually quite digged it. I really did. I thought they showed some good stuff. I think the main thing that people were complaining about though was the Halo Infinite gameplay video.
That looks smooth.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting because I've actually watched the whole event twice because obviously I watched the stream and then they put another video up of the stream in 4K, so it was all nice and smooth and none of the buffering and.
Why not just
pixelation.
put that up anyway instead of just streaming it? Like I've always
don't
thought
know.
of that. Why they don't just
Yeah.
put up a pre-recorded
Yeah.
video for everyone? Because then everyone's not just streaming it from a source.
Yeah, true. No, I fucking agree with you completely. Now, before we just talk about Halo, I just want to say, like, one thing that I was really impressed with the event was, at the end, they said that every game that was shown at the Xbox event, that all coming to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking awesome. And I know for Darren, he's probably like, oh, to buy all my games are £70 a pop each, but from normal people that don't have that kind of spare money, that's a really good deal. It really is.
Oh, Game Pass always has been a fantastic deal. It's just not for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm really impressed by that as a takeaway, to be honest.
Yeah.
That is Xbox's main selling point.
I did notice, I'm not sure if you did, in some of the games where it flashed up at the end what format it was going to be on.
Yeah.
And not everyone had an Xbox X. Target is the Xbox Series X.
Yes.
Which I noticed that, and I looked at that and I think, well, why is that Xbox Series X and PC Game Pass, but not Xbox One?
Okay, so I think I have an answer for you on this, Dan.
I know the answer for it.
Okay, Darren knows the answer. I'm going to say what I think is the answer, and Darren will probably be you're completely wrong, you idiot. But so I think some of the games shown are not going to be out for a couple of years, so they're going to be out of that window where the games have to come out on the current gen systems.
Exactly that.
Oh,
exactly
right.
that.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's what I thought. So if you're thinking that's going to be landing in your lap come November, January, wherever, good luck. But the good news is we're getting Tetris Effect.
Yeah, that looks like a cool game.
Yep. So I'm really looking forward to that one. And the other one that took my fancy was probably Fantasy Star Online, which I know you can get on the US store already.
Yeah.
But it's going international.
Brilliant.
Are they actually doing it for everywhere this time with that one?
It's going to be January, I think. So not holiday series. So that'd be good. But yeah, looking at the games, it's the same old staples, isn't it?
Well, some stuff was quite interesting. So Halo, we'll talk about that, Dan, very quickly. First of all, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it looks like an Xbox 360 game," and really getting down on it. And I actually think that's quite unfair, to be honest. I think it looks quite decent. You can tell it's the Halo engine, And what was quite interesting though, me being a sad fucker, I watched a 25-minute Digital Foundry video picking it apart today.
You sad fucker.
I know. But what was quite interesting from it is when you watch the video, again, you can see there's a lot of pop-in. The lighting isn't that great. But apparently 343 Microsoft has said that it's a really old build, because obviously with sorry, my child is crying in the background. She never bloody stops. Yeah, apparently it's a really old build, and they've struggled to get a newer build ready for the event because of COVID. So hopefully the final version looks a lot better. But one of the interesting things is apparently they're using this new lighting technology, which is trying to look a little bit more realistic. It's not ray tracing, but it's something a little bit new that they're trying. And so basically what they're saying is where the Halo ring is and where they were, it was like in a canyon, so direct sunlight wasn't hitting the area where the demo was playing, so everything looked a little bit dull because there was no direct light sources. And when they did close-ups of, say, the weapons and the characters, they actually looked really, really good. So that's interesting. Takeaway from that. But
I
what
mean,
they
you've got to think that as well. As far as we know, the game's kind of going more open worldy. It's not
Yeah,
going to be like
looks-
level based. So
it
you've
looks-
got to make
yeah.
concessions for that.
It looks completely
alone.
open world because they showed the map, didn't they? And I think it's just the whole open world of the area of where you are on the Halo ring, right? And it looks like it's. I mean, this is guessing, right? It looks like it's just an open world, and you can just go and do the missions, and you're going to get side missions and all that stuff as well. I actually thought it looked quite good. I don't know why people were really putting it down on it, but one thing that I did take away from this Digital Foundry video was they were showing it when they were showing the video on the Digital Foundry YouTube dissection, as you will. You were seeing as the character was walking, there was a hell of a lot of pop-in the background and some of the foreground with grass and rocks and other objects. Something that doesn't really happen in newer games. And what they were saying, this is going to be quite interesting for future games that come out on the consoles, I think, is because the new consoles, they're all saying, oh yeah, all the games are going to be 4K, 60 frames per second, all this. Something's going to give, because running a game at 4K and not, and with ray tracing, even though this doesn't have the ray tracing. Oh my God, what is she doing? Shush!
Anyway.
Shush, child! I'm going to do some editing. It's very GPU intensive, right? And I think what's going to happen is I think with next gen there is going to be a little bit of give in regards to either games aren't all going to be 4K. They're going to be like the checkerboard rendering that the PS4 already does or whatever. You're not going to see the high frame rates that have been promised. Or the other thing is you're going to see lower quality graphics, lower quality of shadows and more pop-in, just so games can hit that 4K with the 60 frames per second on the consoles. So I just think it's very interesting. Obviously, games don't start really looking next gen until you're a few years into the cycle anyway, and we all know that Halo has got to cater for the lowest common denominator, i.e. the launch Xbox One anyway. So you can forgive them for the game not looking, wow, super amazing, because remember it has got to cater for all the other systems as well. So I think maybe in a couple of years we'll start seeing, the true next gen games. For example, they did show a trailer of the new Forza. I think that looks really, really cool. And I know it's just a trailer, but I've been playing a lot of Forza 7 still recently, and I think that game looks freaking awesome even now. So I'm quite excited to see what the future holds for that. Any other thoughts on Halo before I move on?
It's what's also, I think, quite interesting to note was, I took away from it, because I'm not a big Halo fan, but it's very reminiscent of the first Halo in terms of the enemies, the aesthetic, kind of familiarity. He wasn't really giving anything away.
No. And I think they're trying to go a little bit old school with it, Dan, aren't they?
Yeah, and then that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have had an adverse effect on some people expecting something a little bit more mind-blowing. And also, let's talk about the grappling hook, which is just a rip-off.
That was cool.
Well, it's just another gimmick, isn't it? That's copied from elsewhere.
Well, the first thought for me when they showed the grappling hook was, if this game is open world, it gives a lot more variation for you to use the grappling hook to get to higher areas. So that's quite cool. There's no talk if it's in the multiplayer at all, though. I don't think.
Well, that would be annoying, wouldn't it?
One takeaway another takeaway that I did have from Halo though was, it didn't look to me like it looked old school in regards to you couldn't aim down your weapons. Like in the Call of Duties, when you aim down your weapon, you're aiming down the top of the gun, right? Yeah. Whereas in this, it was like the old school certain weapons where when you zoom in, it just goes to a reticule and you don't see any weapon or anything. And I don't know, I didn't see him sprint either, so I don't know if there's a sprint, but I'm pretty sure there is, because it was in the last Halo, they put that in there, so I don't know, it looks cool. I'm excited for it. I mean, it's on Game Pass anyway, so it's not like we're paying any extra for it, so
exactly.
Yeah, no brainer, isn't it?
You
Yeah.
can wake up and smash it out in a day. Done.
Yeah, man.
Next.
Is it actually set in its own contained universe, or is it continuing on from Halo 5? Like
Oh, it's continuing.
story?
It's a continuation.
It
So
is actually
Yeah.
continuing. I wasn't too sure if they
So-
were kind of just doing their own self-contained thing.
no, so at the end of last Halo, Master Chief gets kind of stranded in space, like on a ship, and he goes into a deep freeze. And at the beginning of this game, he gets found by some dude on a ship, and then the dude drops him off on this Halo ring at the beginning of the game. Okay, I think I got that right anyway.
Something like that.
Yeah. We don't play Halo for the story. Come on.
It's for the laughs, isn't it? And the multiplayer.
Yeah. So I was actually played some Master Chief Collection today because on the PC, Halo 3 has finally been added. So I jumped onto the multiplayer. I played 2 games of Big Team Battle today, all on my own because no one else was online from the community. And I was actually had quite a lot of fun on it. The only annoying thing is we're playing the older Halos. When you're so used to playing more modern day shooters where you can sprint and aim down your weapons, it feels really old school because you can't do any of that. But still, sort of a lot of fun. So.
Cool.
Okay, so the game's shown. I've actually got every game, I think, written down. Oh no, not every single one, but all the good-ish ones. Okay, so State of Decay 3 is coming out at some point. There's no release date. I didn't really give a shit because I don't like State of Decay games. I don't know about you guys.
Gonna be janky as fuck. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
something
don't
that's.
know, I think they're improving all the time. Like the first game was known for it to be pretty dodgy, but I think they did improve on quite a few things in the second game. Although it still didn't really release as like a AAA game, it was like a double A.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'll see what they can do if they're given a bit more time.
Yeah. Okay. There's a game called Everwild. Do you
This
guys?
is the rare one.
So it's the rare game, yeah.
It kind of looked a bit interesting to me, and like I like the art style and stuff they'd used for it,
Yeah, I mean, it looks
magic-y and stuff.
yeah, quite magical. Was this the one where? No, I'm thinking of the other one, but yeah, it's hard to tell from a trailer, isn't it? What a game's actually going to be like. The art style looks quite. It's that typical rare art style, isn't it? It's the kind of that Sea of Thieves art style.
It
if you know
seemed
what I
a bit more cartoony, though, didn't it?
Well, what is it actually? No one knows. Is it just?
No, it's like
I
I don't
is it
know.
gonna be
it's like
online?
a
Is it gonna be an
magical
MMO?
thing. What?
it's
I don't
gonna
know,
be like-
mate. What's quite fascinating is I'm just looking through the list of all the games that were shown at the event, and a hell of a lot of them have no release date on.
This is the same issue that Sony have got as well. Like the only game we know that's coming out on release from what they pretty much showed off at their event is Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And all the PlayStation fanboys like, yeah, it's 4K 60, and I'm like, well, it's the same engine as the PS4 game, so yeah. Alright.
It's. I think they've already kind of. I think it's the same engine, but they have like jigged it up so
Yeah.
it does look better.
Oh. Cool. Anyway, that's Everwild. Anyway, there was another game called Tell Me Why. Tell me why.
What was that one again?
So I think it's like a
remember
story-based
any of these.
game. It's like I think it's like those Square Enix games. The what the fuck was it called?
It's
like
by
a story-
Life is Strange people.
Yeah, that's the game I was thinking of. Yes, it looks like it's like Life is Strange. Yeah.
Okay, it's episodic. Oh, that one. Yeah, episodic. I'm looking at.
Yes, episodic. Episode 1 is coming out August the 27th.
Okay,
So a month away.
and that's going to be on Game Pass, so you'll be able to
Yes.
smash that out in a couple of hours.
Bang it out and get your Chivos, guys.
Yeah, free Chivos coming your
Yeah,
way.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think it is an Alphabet People game. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I thought so. You can tell. You can tell these days just by looking at the characters in the games.
Well, that seems to be what they do best.
Yeah.
and like that's the obviously.
Even though I
market
did
they're
really
going
enjoy
for.
the Life is Strange, so you know.
What was the last one they did? Something Captain Underpants, was it, or something like that? Or am
Yeah, I
getting
played the
confused with
first
something
episode of
altogether?
that, but it didn't live up to the standard in my opinion. Yeah,
What's it about? Sounded a bit kiddie, Captain Underpants.
Yeah, so it's actually quite dark. So in the first episode, you're playing in the yard with your brother and your little kid, and your big brother gets into an argument with another neighbour, and the brother accidentally kills the neighbour.
Oh, brilliant!
And then
that sounds like a good start.
And then they have to, and then they go on the run. Yeah, it's quite good actually. I might actually go back to it. Thinking about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. What's next? Ori Will of the Wisps is coming out. No one cares.
120 frames per second, which, in all fairness, yeah, great if you got the tech.
Yeah.
But it's like, and no one notices. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I
It's already
think most
smooth.
people have played it that were after playing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Special Series X version. It's like, man. I mean, this is what's going to happen. Is there's going to be loads of spit and polish on these things using all this tech, and no one's going to be able to tell the difference because they don't have the top of the range 4K telly. They have the Xbox Series X, but they might have it on different settings. It's just
or you've got to have the
fucking
telly with the
mental.
refresh rate and stuff
Yeah.
to be able to play it in 120 anyway. And
It's nice to have. That's the same. I'm not poo-pooing it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's like to me, it's like and. So what?
I think it was a nice way of them showing, look, we will be able to do it with certain
Yeah.
titles, so
Yeah.
might as well
third
get it
game.
out there.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
practice makes perfect, doesn't it? I suppose, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah, it seems like there was an awful lot more showing off of the tech on the abilities of the Series X a little bit within some of these games
Yeah.
than compared to the PlayStation.
There's still I'm still waiting, and no actual has ever done it where you actually sit down and they have a dude sat there next to the machine and he literally goes switch on and you see it boot up, then he takes you through the menu, shows you everything, then he shows you how quick the games load and all of that kind of stuff, all the actual functionality of the system itself. Like, you never really seem to get that from a manufacturer before a console comes out. They'll talk about it, but they never demo it.
Because usually
No.
the review
And
sites
that's a
do
selling
that.
point.
You know, like IGN
Yeah, that's
or
a
something
good
like
selling
that,
point, though.
Well,
Like,
if
if
you remember,
you were to have
yeah.
the conference and then they turned around and go, and now I'm going to show you how it works, and it's loaded up.
But didn't they do that on
Etc.
stage with Xbox One many years ago, and it fucked it?
Possibly.
Yeah, I remember
Was
that.
it the Kinect in it?
Kinect
Just
demos.
Yeah, they had
done
that-
that trick.
Exactly. They had I think they had a tile up with one of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek on. I can't remember. Just demonstrating.
remember.
You
No, it
remember
was
What
wasn't
was
it
it?
Michael Bay they bought in or something, or was that a television or something where
I can't
Michael
remember.
Bay just kind of
It-
fluffed his lines and walked off?
Really?
Fuck
Yeah.
those, mate. That's. I mean, I think in terms of a consumer-driven focus on this, I mean, it's twofold. These kind of events work in two ways. It's clean. It can be pre-approved. It's in control from from Xbox, Sony, whatever. Off you go.
Yeah.
Broadcast it, judged by the reactions on Twitter. But you still, the thing is, you don't build that excitement, I suppose, because all you could do is get a load of gaming fans into a big old hall at a gaming convention, pump them full of Mountain Dew and freebies and all sorts of fake promises, but they're going to get free shit.
T-shirt cannons. Yeah.
Exactly. They'll cheer at anything, and you kind of lose that kind of hype. And I think there's enough talented people now and experienced people now on both sides of who can actually hold a crowd and build it.
Yeah.
As opposed to this is the future of Xbox. Your Xbox is now your TV center, and everyone goes, "What the fuck? Fuck off!"
Well, my Xbox is my
yeah,
TV
where you was
centre,
going on about-
so-
I will say, while they was going on about the thing where obviously you can have demo hiccups and stuff when you're doing it live, like this would have been the perfect time to do it, where everything's like
Yeah.
pre-recorded.
Yeah. But at the same time, but then again, you're giving away secrets to the other side to a degree.
Yeah.
Functionality. I mean, this is basically a shadow box essentially. This is basically
it's
both sides.
just a Mexican.
Mexican standoff.
Yeah.
Don't
Peeps,
be
you've
saying
been very quiet, mate. Did you watch the Xbox event?
No, I was at work, mate, when it was on, and I haven't had really time to catch up on anything, so I'm just listening to your guys.
Okay,
Views and...
fair enough, mate.
It was
fair
okay. It was okay. I mean, the PlayStation one was okay as well. I mean, I perhaps slagged it off a little bit more, but I was in a much more worse mood back then. So you got to get me on a good day sometimes with this.
Okay, next game then.
Next game.
Okay, they said that there's going to be some Outer Worlds DLC called The Peril of Gorgon. Looked shit to me. I don't know what you guys thought.
Thing is, well, again, it looks. I mean, I don't play the Outer Worlds. I mean,
Okay.
But the first impressions compared to everything else we've seen, it looks a bit janky. But I'm guessing it's part of the style and the engine and everything, which is fine. The question I've got is, I know Outer Worlds is on Game Pass. Is the DLC on Game Pass as well?
Mm,
Oh, good point.
yeah.
They said everything's playable on Game Pass, so I'm guessing you're getting it on Game Pass.
Yeah, imagine so.
So
Okay.
that's something to
Yeah,
think
well,
about.
they own them now, but do
Yeah.
you get the Gears expansions and all that sort of stuff for free on
Yeah.
Game Pass?
Yeah.
In which
Yeah,
case,
Ultimate,
then there's a good
Well,
chance.
the only thing you pay for is a battle pass, which is all of the characters that season, which you can unlock. Fairly straightforward.
Fuck
They've made
off
them.
with that shit.
Yeah, but you can buy them later anyway.
Seriously.
Yeah, I know,
Piss
mate.
off with that shit in proper franchises. Save that for like mobiles and free-to-play
Yeah.
games.
Well, you can still unlock it all, and it's bullshit. I know, mate. I know. It's all
Yeah.
skins at the end of the day. I mean, I dip into Gears 5 from time to time. I haven't tried the new modes yet, so. But Dom's
It's all
back.
that kind of crap that drove me away from that series, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It's
Like,
a
I
lot.
just had enough of it. The loot
It's a lot
boxes
better
and the
than it was.
nonsense.
It's a lot better than it was.
Mm.
There's no loot boxes anymore. It's just you can buy skins and shit, and obviously make your dude look a bit weird. But yeah, it's fine. And what else you got, Webby, on the list?
Stupid button. Grounded. So it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the game, pretty much.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think that
Okay.
looks quite
Another one.
cool. I know a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, it looks really shitty and kiddie and all that," but I don't know, man. I think it's got some comedy in it because to try to start it off, if you want the game of the year, get
Right,
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, you've kind of hit a nail on the head there with what you've just said. Like, not every game is for everyone. And I have noticed over at least the past 3 or 4 years, and with both the PS5 and this Xbox event, I'm into less and less of the games they're showing because they're trying to cater to a wider audience.
Yeah.
Gone are the days when I would be like all in on like 80% of the games they'd show. Like now it's like that interests me, that doesn't, that doesn't, that doesn't, that doesn't, that's kind of interesting, etc. So I've literally got down to the point now out of both shows there was only like 3 or 4 games at each show that I was actually interested in playing.
Yeah,
and the rest of
and
them
it's
just
not a
weren't for me.
bad thing, is it? To be honest.
Oh no, it saves you a
Yeah.
bit of money, and to be
Yeah.
honest, a lot of us struggle with the length of games nowadays, and like we've all got piles the same as it is anyway. So
Yeah.
it is kind of annoying not getting that new hip shiny all the time. But there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Bayonetta 3. I want that shiny.
Is there any news on that yet, or is it just still being that one announced like 2 years ago?
Well, Nintendo have been quiet for the rest of the year. I mean, seriously, it's a barren wasteland for the rest of the year in terms of what's been announced. But as a game,
Didn't they have a direct this
they
week
had
or
they
last week?
they had a mini direct, but it was all third-party titles. So
fair
there's some stuff coming, but again, and there's rumours about Mario remasters coming, and obviously maybe some news on Metroid and some other stuff. But again, when that's going to get announced, I don't know. They need, well, look at it this way: they were releasing a first-party game one a month, pretty much in the last year and a half or so, before COVID hit. So whether or not they're just keeping their cards close to their chest, or maybe they've got some issues regarding, finishing games off, I don't know. Maybe stuff isn't ready. It's hit them, but we'll see.
It's
We'll
the
see.
financial loss of Don't Get Caught getting cancelled.
Yes, I'm so gutted about it. I was going to buy that as well. Yeah, it would have got at least 5 minutes laughter on this podcast. Would have been worth it.
All right, I want to talk about a game that I got a little bit hyped about. A game called Avowed. Now, I think this is the Obsidian game. So I'm just watching the trailer just to give me a little bit of a reminder as I'm talking about it. I think this is the one that looked a little bit like Skyrim. So basically, the trailer starts off there. It's like set in a kind of a medieval magical world, and there's some guys in a castle and they're firing the arrows. And towards the end of the trailer, the arrow falls in this like pit. And then it looks like it goes into like first person. Your character, you pick up you pull up your sword and your shield, and it's like this fire breathing dragon or whatever is about.
The Balrog starts coming down the corridor.
Yeah,
or whatever
it's just
it is.
When it goes into that first person with the sword, it's just like and it's like the magic, like in Skyrim, like trying to, with the other hand. It looks, I don't know, man. I know it wasn't really a gameplay trailer, but. I just think it looks really cool, like just from what they showed, it got me hyped.
I think it's a ways off.
Yeah, 2 years.
Oh yeah, probably yeah. But,
I mean, it could
cool.
be stunning, but it could also suffer from similar things of the Outer Worlds. Like I liked the Outer Worlds, but it still to me wasn't as good as Fallout New Vegas. It still suffered from a few of the classic problems like really low level caps. Like level 20 level cap is pathetic for an RPG, or like 20 or 30. You've got to go higher than that, to be honest, and maybe they have, like in updates since, but we'll see. It's definitely got promise, and it's got really good studio behind it, and I've got no faith that the next Elder Scrolls isn't going to be shit, so I'll probably pin my hopes on that, to be honest.
Well, Skyrim is still played loads.
There's rumours that Skyrim is even coming out on these next-gen systems.
Yeah,
like, I'm sure someone found a listing for Skyrim on the PS5, yeah.
Wow.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
That's pretty cool, though, isn't it?
Is it?
I mean, it's
like that is
well,
coming
Skyrim
out.
to me
I
is
just think
like
that's nuts. Coming out on everything.
It is such a fantastic game that I think they'll just completely and utterly struggle to replicate that again.
I mean, it's really weird because I was looking at my Steam library today because I noticed that one of our listeners, Cobby, is still playing a lot of Skyrim, and I was looking at it thinking, oh man, I could easily just dive into it, but the problem is with that game, you just know that you'll just. Well, there's loads of other games to play, but the other thing is, you can just lose so many hours just playing it, So, yeah, it's a great game, man. I think you would enjoy seeing it, playing it at 4K, guys.
I played it at 4K on the PS4 Pro.
Woohoo!
I think it was one of the first games that was like native 4K on the Pro.
Oh, nice.
Cool. What's next?
As Dusk Falls. It looks like an indie game to me, where it's like a little kid, family. They're on like a little journey or something. It looks like really cartoony graphics.
Oh no, I think it was just a trailer told by storyboards. That's all that was. So we've got no idea what the game's like or
it's
what it's
an interactive
play
story
like.
or some kind of novella interactive story. So
yeah, fair enough.
Which I mean, the art style's nice, I suppose, but it's a question of whether or not you want to watch a TV episode or TV, or like you want to watch TV but play it, if you know what I mean. It doesn't look.
Yeah.
It looks like a drama basically. It's blending of genres.
David Cage has done really well off that.
He has, but he always blends that into some kind of sci-fi and obviously weird events like washing yourself in the shower and putting plates away.
Cutting your finger off.
Your finger off. Go on, cut your finger off. Shit your leg off. Go on. I can't. And you're sitting there with your arm. God, that was one of the most tensest bit of fucking gaming I've ever done.
The worse than that was injecting the thing into your eye in Dead Space 2.
Oh, yeah, that was gross, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, next, they showed off Psychonauts 2. I wasn't really... I I just thought it was meh. I never played the first one, so
Double fine, isn't it? So
yeah. I mean, they
got
make
Jack Black's
decent
back.
games.
Yeah, Jack Black's involved. Yeah.
Yeah, he did Brutal Legend with them, didn't he? Which is a very entertaining game, I found.
Yeah, but I watched the trailer for this, and it gets very psychedelic.
What was Psychonauts on anyway? Was it
I think
PS?
Free, just the OG Xbox, I believe.
was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
hell,
I
that's a
think
long
it
time
was
ago.
OG. Yeah.
Because I remember when
I
I
never
first
played it.
when I first saw the character, I was thinking to myself, I recognise the main character, but I didn't know what from until they said the name. But I love Jack Black. Jack Black's awesome, but I don't know, man. I don't think this game is going to be for me, to be honest.
It'd be. Well, I don't know. Is it? I don't think it's going to be a full price title.
No,
But we'll
Well,
see.
it'll be a Game Pass game, so.
Yeah, well, there you go. It'll be,
Yeah, that's it.
$11.99 a month.
ding dong.
There we go. I don't know. It's very hard to get kind of frustrated with any of these games because you just know that as long as you subscribe,
yeah,
you get to try it.
it makes me wonder
There
how
is-
long these
There
deals
is
are going to
one
happen.
annoying thing with them, though, Dan.
Yeah. What's that?
You don't particularly like the game, but you pop a Chivo really early on in it.
I've got loads of those,
Isn't
mate.
that
Don't
right,
worry.
Peeps?
Yeah, and if your name is Peeps, do you get upset about that?
Yeah.
Start playing shit games for the next 6 hours.
Like push start achievement.
one G.
Okay, I'm going to go into the next game. With this game, I got really excited for Stalker 2. Now,
Yes, this is a big PC game, isn't it? Because all the
Mate, it
PC
is
people seem to be
fucking-
happy about this.
dude, there's actually been 3 Stalker games. I didn't know this. I've only played the first one, and that was many years ago. Now, what's cool about it? It's all set in Chernobyl. Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Yeah. Anyway, it's set in Chernobyl. That's how I'm going to say it, Dan, all right? And it's all freaky. So it's actually, I think this is another game which is mapped what the zone actually looks like. So, but the second, but the sequel here is it's all open world. So you can go and do your objectives or whatever in whatever just in that open world. But it's all very paranormal. There's like lots of ghostly things happening, things moving, noises in the background, freaky dolls and all that.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, but then there's like proper monsters and all that as well.
They're
Yeah,
mutants.
because at first I did think I was like, oh, is this like an expansion for Metro or something,
Yeah,
or like
yeah,
Metro? Because
Yeah.
it had that same feel to it.
yeah. So yeah, I'm really psyched for this. I mean, the original game came out in like 2008 or something. It's quite old now. So yeah, I was really shocked because I didn't think that they were going to make a proper sequel. So because the other two games are kind of spin-offs. So yeah, I think
Sort
it's
of like
gonna be-
Half-Life Episode 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of like that. Yeah, yeah. So,
You have to wait a while for it. Apparently, from judging by that stream you just put up, it was
Yeah.
Xbox Series X only. So
Yeah, it'll be a while.
yeah.
I'll have my 30 series graphics card by then, mate. Don't worry, I'll be
I
sorted.
don't know what I don't know what that is.
Well, in 2 years, yes, I will. Anyway, next game. I was quite excited for this as well. Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide. I quite like Warhammer stuff. There's been some quite good games in the past. I've not ever been into collecting the figures or anything, but it's always fascinated me. But the games I've played in the Warhammer series or franchise, whatever you want to call it, have all been quite decent, to be honest. This looks like
This is by the. It's by. Sorry, I was.
Yeah, go on,
I
Darren,
think
it's
this
fine.
is by the same team that do Vermintide, isn't it?
yeah, and I've got Vermintide 1 and 2. They're absolutely
Good
fantastic games. Full of atmosphere. Graphics are decent. It's like a modern
Left 4 Dead.
version of Left 4 Dead. Yeah, which I'm surprised. This is why I'm surprised not more people don't play it. But this looks like a full-player co-op game, just going from the trailer. That's very much like, it's co-op and you're going against the AI and that. But it didn't show any gameplay. It was just a trailer with 4 characters and a hell of a lot of enemies. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
brown
mean, the interesting
brown
thing
trouser
is
time, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you usually play as like the Marines and stuff
Yeah,
in
yeah.
those sort of 40k games, but
Yeah.
in this one you're not. You're actually a division of people that's quite vulnerable in comparison. Like they're not all armored up with the big, huge guns and stuff.
Yeah, and it's out
So-
next year as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah, 2021. So that is pretty cool. Okay, next game then. Dan's favourite, Tetris Effect.
Yeah.
So is this a
I don't-
game that's already out on some consoles already?
Yeah, PS4.
Well, the
I-
older
I-
version wasn't it?
Yeah. This is a
Okay.
brand new, and this is going to be a brand new multiplayer version that's exclusive to Xbox until next summer. I read today,
Okay.
and obviously in Game Pass, it's probably going to be something I'll play quite a lot because I still play Tetris, believe it or not, quite a
Yeah.
bit on the.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the part of the show we're into now, if you're actually sort of like watched it, is the launch exclusive section, isn't it? So they're
Yeah.
not actually exclusive games, they're just launching first on Xbox.
Yeah. Which is-
Similar to like Final Fantasy VII did on
Yeah,
PlayStation
which
4.
is what I mean. I mean, in all fairness to PlayStation, they did pad it out with some nice, multi-format stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything on this at the moment, although it will be multi-format, it actually gives you a reason to go, oh, maybe I need to, well, obviously with Game Pass and things, to pay attention to what's on
Well-
Xbox first.
Well, I mean, it just makes things more affordable, Dan. If you're shelling out,
Yeah.
I don't know, say it's 500, and then you get Game Pass as well, where you don't actually need to shell out more money up front for more games, right? You
Exactly,
really
but
can play like 20 odd games
I'm-
on launch day.
Because I know this will
Part
be.
of me, actually,
sink.
sorry, I think part of me now, the longer we go, I've got a feeling that the Xbox Series X isn't going to be over 450.
Well, I'll
That's
be
just a
very
hunch.
surprised. I'll
And
be
I
very
think the
surprised.
PlayStation 5 is going to be 500. That's what I'm thinking at the moment.
I mean, do you think Xbox will sell the console at a loss just because they know they'll recoup the money from all these Game Pass subscriptions?
Well, do they recoup the money from
Well,
Game
if-
Pass
if you-
and
right,
buying
okay.
up all the studios and doing all of that?
If you consider, let me get me the calculator out. They got 10 million. I mean, I heard they got 10 million global Game Pass subscribers.
right.
So what's the average price? Would you say? Let's call it in dollars.
Yeah, but not
that's-
everyone's paying full price. You've got loads of people that
That's-
get deals. You've got the £1
Yeah, got the
upgrades.
2 or 3
Sorry,
deal,
so they
yeah,
got
for
10,
years.
and then they got. Is it 10 million? 10 million
Yeah,
Game
yeah,
Pass subscribers.
Yeah,
So you multiply that by what's that? Let's say $11.99.
a month.
I mean,
yeah.
that's a month, yeah. So that's a monthly income, fucking hell, of $120 million
Wow.
But then you have
before,
like,
before
say,
tax.
PlayStation games will sell that amount on just one game,
Yeah.
on one of their
yeah,
exclusives.
but they're
Exactly.
getting that
Keep around
as
that kind of
income
amount
every
in as well.
month. You know.
Every month it's income, and a lot
Yeah.
of people will be locked in over multiple months or
Yeah.
playing 12-month subscriptions.
Yeah.
And then you basically, when you multiply that by annual, where if you think about it, people get the best value. You're looking at potentially have £1.5 billion or dollars a year annually just coming through an income for Game Pass
That's a lot of money.
before tax.
Yeah.
You're looking at about £1 billion. I guarantee it. About £1 billion once you've done taxes and different localizations. And you
Fucking
just
hell.
that's fucking mental.
That's
It is.
insane. That is insane.
And if you think that some of these games that do poorly on retail and then come quite quickly to Game Pass, there's obviously some deals coming in. So
Yeah.
and it's good for the industry in the sense that if you've got a game that's underperformed, you're struggling. You can set your terms. Xbox or Microsoft might help you out. You might be able to recoup some of the costs you've lost.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I've never known the full ins and outs of like the Game Pass and obviously before last gen with the games with gold and the PS Plus games, you know what I mean, where they're just like giving them away. They obviously pay them a fee and just give them away. It's like, why do you make money on that, to be honest? And how does the studio profit properly?
What the-
Yeah, 'cause I see a tweet from one of the developers from it was the game Outsiders, which is like a BMX. I think it's called Outsiders. It's like a BMX type
Outriders?
game. Outriders could be.
No, I'm thinking of something else maybe.
And he'd tweeted like his game going on to Game Pass was the best thing that ever happened.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's the
isn't
thing.
it?
The
Yeah.
thing is, it
Well,
brought
you get more people
obviously-
playing it.
Well, yeah, because you look through Game Pass to see what to play, and you'll take a punt on things, won't you? That you
Yeah.
probably wouldn't normally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what the ins and outs are for how they do, whether you get a flat fee for putting it in Game Pass or whether not you get paid for people downloading it. I don't know. I'm guessing it varies from game to game and distributor to distributor.
Well,
But-
and you think, Dan, it's with next gen, I think it's going to become even better value for money if the game prices do go up as they're rumored to 60, 70 quid a game.
I think that will only kick in once you start getting the upper tier exclusive kick in. You can't justify
all of the
Yeah.
sort of like ones I've got locked in at the moment on the
Yeah.
Xbox One X or Series
Yeah.
X or whatever it is. I'm not paying any more for those than what I would for the
Yeah.
standard version
Yeah.
because they're technically the same game. They just run
Yeah.
better on whichever.
So you're
system
going to
you play 'em
see,
on.
what was it? You're looking at, what was it, 50 quid over here, $60 in the States. You'll probably see that price hold. Unless, of course, Sony...
I mean, 2K
Bite the bullet.
Games have already said that they're putting their next gen game prices up to 70 quid.
Well, that's the thing. If you... Sorry.
Sorry, was that you said you put the
It went-
price or was putting the
It
prices
was,
up?
2K Games.
Oh
If-
right, well
yeah.
yeah, which is like that. This is where, like I said before, if you're buying those games retail, you're not going to be spending that 70 quid. The only people that are going to be spending that 70 quid are the people who buy it digitally.
Yeah.
And I still find that a fucking insult
Oh no, it's mad, isn't it? It is mad.
that you're being charged to pay more money for like a digital game
Yeah.
rather than actually a copy
If-
that you can do what you want with.
I'd tell you something. If you're going to see the first price increases kick in, it'll be for PlayStation 5 games. That, like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, even though they're saying it's like a mini game, it's not going to get charged full whack. You'll look at it and it'll guarantee it'll be about 50 quid still. It will be.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Interesting.
then,
That will
And-
be
and
a
then-
telling time, yeah.
yeah, and the first PlayStation 5 exclusive, that will be coming out. Just keep your eye on that one, and that will be either that
That's
probably
got to
first
be
time.
Horizon 2, hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's Nintendo are doing it. If you were to buy Breath of the Wild now, it's still download it digitally. It still costs you 60 quid, and it's held its price for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So
Really good games generally do, and
yeah,
I don't know how Nintendo managed to always keep that going, but you'll always get certain games which hold their prices for ages. Like going back, just thinking a few years ago, take Nier Automata for example. Like that was pretty much full price for almost 6 to 8 months from when it came out.
yeah,
Like usually within like 3-4 months, it's like half price or 2/3 of the price or whatnot. But like you say, the Nintendo games just literally
do you think?
stay right up there.
Yeah. Well, do you think though that there's only a finite amount of physical copies for Nintendo that go out into the market,
Possibly.
and therefore
But you could say that about anything physically, couldn't you?
Well, at the same time, back in the day when the old CX and game and trade-ins were an awful lot more prevalent, you possibly had people whack out a game in the space of a weekend, and before you know it, loads of games of that title turned up in CEX Monday, Tuesday.
Oh yeah, you saw that with was it Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah.
Like I think it was like the week after and stuff. It was just the shelves were chock with lots of second-hand copies.
And I guess if you're moving to digital or Game Pass, you're not going to get it anymore. So it's going to keep prices up. I guess. I don't know. We're just doing anecdotal stuff. We've got no physical evidence, but obviously what we see with our own eyes. But it kind of makes sense from that perspective and the way I see it. But hey ho.
All right, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, there was another trailer for a game called The Gunk.
Great name.
This kind of looked all right, I thought.
It's like a space
It had
game
its own set of appeal.
with a really, really weird art style, like a cartoony art style.
Yeah, and you like suck up it with like this arm cannon thing. You like suck like gunk, I guess, or slime or whatnot
Yeah.
to get through and access other areas and stuff.
They're very brave with that title, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
see a few alterations going on.
Yeah, I can see that getting a new nickname.
Do you reckon they'll do like one edition?
I really don't know, mate. Oh, dear. I'm watching it at the moment, and it's very reminiscent of other art styles I've seen.
Yeah.
So when I first saw it, I thought, you're not really. I mean, it's impressive in terms of, I suppose the vistas and everything. But again, what makes it stand out? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I'd love to see more gameplay on it really to really
Yeah.
make a full-on decision. But I think it looks like an interesting game. It looks like it was probably a proper good puzzle platformer.
Possibly.
Ooh,
Yeah, well, it does. It looks like a platformer, doesn't it? Well, 3D, third person, the gun. Because I just looked at the title come up.
It
Oh my
looks
god!
like an indie game though.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And
I think it is a smaller studio that's making it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So move on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So one game I'm really excited about.
I know exactly what you're going to talk about because it's probably one of the games I'm most excited for as well.
The Medium.
Indeed.
Have you watched the trailer for
No.
this? Peeps, this
I
is
know.
right up your street. It looks like a proper kind of psychological kind of horror game.
Yeah,
you like The Evil Within, right? It kind of reminded me of that a
Yeah.
tiny bit. But it's
That mixed with Silent Hill,
yes. So
kind of.
the whole game is running with two game worlds simultaneously, and it looks like you can switch between them. There's our world, which is obviously normal reality,
Just
and then
like
there's-
real life.
and then there's the other reality, which is like the hell or the devil reality. I don't know what you want to call it.
The social media bubble.
Yes, we'll call it the Twitter reality.
Yeah.
If Twitter was
An utter
real life,
hellscape, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So if you can, yeah. So it looks interesting. So you're this character who can go into both kind of realities. I don't know. It looks interesting and really freaky. I was watching the trailer thinking, oh my god, when I play this, because I will be playing this, I'm gonna shit my pants. But it's gonna be good fun at the same time. Because the thing with this is, it looks like this has never been done before. With the two realities.
Well, technically, it has with the original Silent Hills, but you triggered the change between the worlds was done in game without your control. It just happened at certain points when the air raid sirens kicked in and it all started to flake
But
away.
with this, you see in the trailer for this, they've got both the game worlds side by side, just to kind of give you the viewer show you what's happening. I just find it quite interesting. Like in the horror world, the shitty world, you see there's an enemy that kind of reminds me of the Silent Hill enemy who drags along that giant weapon along the ground.
Or Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can only be seen in that crappy world where, and then in the normal world everything looks kind of just normal.
Awesome is it going to be if you're in the normal world and then you phase into the other world? There's one just right in your face.
Yeah, that would be freaky as fuck. Wouldn't it?
I mean, they've already said that they've got the original Silent Hill working on the soundtrack for the game.
Oh, that's cool.
The last Silent Hill game I played, which I still enjoyed, even though a lot of people thought it was a bit crappy, was Downpour.
Oh, I really
which
enjoyed
is
Downpour.
Probably a while
It was
ago.
a good game.
I mean, I played Homecoming and Downpour, and I still enjoyed them, even though they're more spin-offy Silent Hill games. But
Yeah.
I'm missing that kind of horror vibe to a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this will be cool. I think that'll scratch that itch, Darren, for sure.
Yeah. Has it got a release date at all yet?
Let me just double check. No.
You can pre-order it. You can pre-order it now, apparently.
Yeah, there's no.
Well, you can pre-order everything on Xbox years in advance.
Yeah, give us
generally.
give us your
there's-
cash now.
Yeah, there's no release date, unfortunately.
Oh.
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Peeps, you need to watch the trailer for this. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm watching
Yeah, I
it
think
now,
you'll
looks
be
good.
into it.
All right, next. Fantasy Star Online New Genesis. I know Dan's quite excited for this coming to Europe. The thing that's quite interesting about this, though, I mean, because obviously I've been playing it myself, but this is apparently, because I did a little bit of reading up on this, this is a whole new game.
Oh, cool.
Pretty much.
Isn't it basically technically a Realm Reborn of Fantasy Star?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So updated graphics, updated menus, You know, all like new servers and everything, which it's much needed because playing the game now, it's very, very dated. I think it's about 8 years old or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it
know,
is.
because-
Yeah, it came out before Final Fantasy 14 did.
Yeah, so it's quite
Something like
old
that.
because it was only in Japan for a long time and then came to the US only a couple of years ago, I think, or even as recent as a year ago. So yeah, the update looks quite cool. I mean, just looking at it at the gameplay, I can see the menus are slightly different anyway. So yeah, look, it's going to be cool, and Dan, we'll be playing together, man. It'll be cool.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I haven't really played PSO 2,
Yeah.
but is it as much like what they showed of this new one? Because this newer one looked a lot kind of Monster Hunter-esque.
Yeah,
In the fact they were
game-
fighting these giant
Yeah.
enemies, like, and there was loads of them.
Yeah,
sort of,
yeah,
rather than
yeah.
like,
The current game is like that as well. It's very Monster
oh,
Hunter.
it is got
Yeah,
that similarity
yeah,
to it.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to that. Be able to get it, properly in Europe, and
I think I think it's going to be early next year. I think I don't know. I did see on the you let the trailer play through.
yeah,
I
it
think
says
it was
2021, but I don't know when in 2021.
yeah. Oh, there'll be a beta, no doubt.
Yeah. Powered
So,
by
good.
Oh yeah,
Microsoft
they'll
Azure.
have to with any MMO. They always do a server
Yeah.
stress test and that, and then they
Yeah.
don't learn from it
Yeah,
because
pretty
it's
much.
never really an actual indication of how many people are going to try logging in on the day it comes
Yeah.
out.
Cool.
Okay. Next game, Crossfire X. Now.
Is this already out?
No, so I did a little bit of digging because apparently there was a version of Crossfire on the PC, but Crossfire X is a different game.
Because this did say it's like a campaign for Crossfire, didn't they?
Yeah, so Crossfire X is a multiplayer game, whereas this is the single player component for that game. It's done by Remedy, which is quite
Yeah.
cool. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm guessing this is coming to Game Pass because as they said, everything's coming to Game Pass. So
No,
that's-
I think there was someone actually pointed out. I think that might be the only game where there was a little disclaimer along the bottom.
Oh, really?
I'm sure that's the one someone something out on. So unless that is also one of the ones that is, because
Oh,
it did
okay.
look pretty sexy, and I don't think you're going to get that to run particularly well on a base Xbox One.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, the original Crossfire is pretty shit. Crossfire X, I mean, it's a new game anyway. I'm not, but the single player looks cool. So yeah, got me intrigued. Don't know about you guys.
Nah,
Uh,
not my cup of
not
tea.
mine. Yeah.
Fair enough. You've had enough of shooting people in the face, have you, Dan?
I have, yeah. It's just a bit. I mean, it's
Been
like
doing it
really
for years.
exactly.
Yeah, need something
It's hard to
different.
get hard to get excited by stuff like that. It's
Need
like,
a new
yeah,
Zelda.
exactly. I need some fairies and shit.
Yeah. All right, and the last big reveal of the day.
Was the worst kept secret in gaming.
Yeah, Fable.
Oh, speaking of fairies, here we go.
Yeah, which is being made by Playground Games, the
What's
the
happened to Forza
studio
Horizon?
who make Forza Horizon. Well, Forza Horizon's taking a break because I usually go Horizon, then a proper
Yeah.
Forza game, and then because I'm not actually sure how well Forza Horizon, the latest one, actually took off. To be honest,
Well,
compared to the
it
other
went straight on the Game Pass, so that's where everyone.
It was
played
a
it.
great game. Like,
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
great
a great game.
Yeah, but yeah,
I was
Fable.
disgusted with my mate who didn't pick it up because I
Oh.
was like, "Well, you didn't get the new one." He was like, "No," and I said, "It's set in England." He was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Traitor."
Big
Well,
traitor.
England and Scotland, though, mate. It's the British Isles. You did go up to
Yeah,
Scotland.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think most of it was set in Scotland. To be
Yeah,
honest,
most
wasn't it?
yeah, most of it's up north. Yeah, well, you don't want to be stuck in traffic jams down south, do you? You
Nah.
know?
M25 road.
Yeah.
So that Fable reveal was a bit, everyone, ooh, yeah. and then
Yeah,
nothing. So that's about
Yeah.
3 years away.
yeah,
Yeah, 2-3 years out. Yeah.
yeah.
Fine.
Because it's
Lots
literally
of-
just a little trailer.
Someone worked very hard on that trailer as well.
Yeah, where a fairy gets eaten by a frog.
Yeah, very good. Cool.
That's everything that I wanted to mention. from the Xbox event?
No mention about, like, because I did hear before this event came out, and you probably saw it as well all over the old usual twats and whatnot. There were rumours that Xbox were going to be getting rid of the gold membership for playing games online and sort of like rolling it into Game Pass in some form, but we never heard anything about that.
No.
I think they're doing a soft kind
Yeah.
of combining, aren't they?
I mean, I don't know. Nothing's been confirmed. No one said anything.
I mean, they did say. I think Xbox did say before their thing, didn't they, that it was just literally going to be about the games. They weren't going to be talking about the console or anything else at all.
I would have liked to have seen a price, though.
And the weird thing is even if you look at these systems coming out in November, which is my time when I think they're going to turn up, because that's when you're going to have your Assassin's Creeds and like Cyberpunk, and that'll all be out around that sort of same time. You're only like mere months away, and we still haven't got like some of that juicy info yet.
Because they're playing chicken. Sony and Microsoft, they're looking, they're staring each other in the eyes, and you're not gonna get much out until the very last minute. You probably won't get anything confirmed till October.
Yeah.
That's a bastard. Like, I mean, I've obviously got a couple of pre-orders locked in, but yeah, I don't know how much they're going to be setting them back for at the moment.
I would laugh.
And we don't know the stock situation either because of the
I'll laugh if they come out and say the new Xbox is £1,000.
Mate, it will be on eBay. Yeah.
Yeah, it will. Yeah.
Darren will be like, "Oh, perhaps I'll cancel those pre-orders then."
So all the scalpers will be like.
Technically, I would, even if they were to come out to be bloody expensive, I would be tempted to what Dan's just about to say, just get one and then flog it on eBay for more money for Christmas.
You scummer! Can't believe you just said that, mate.
Oh man.
Well,
disgusting.
They are super expensive.
Right, should we get into what we've been playing?
Yeah, go on.
Peebs, I want you to go first because you've been very quiet.
Yeah.
I miss your dulcet tones.
So obviously, main game's Last of Us 2.
Have you finished it yet?
No, I'm getting pretty much near the end. I think I've put about 18, 20 hours into it, and people are saying it's between 22 and sort of 25 hours.
And I thought you had no gaming time.
No, I'll get quite a bit, to be fair. But also, we can't really talk too much because
spoilage.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I am enjoying it. It's a great graphically story, gameplay. I'm really enjoying it. I will say I find the switching weapons and that quite tedious and a little bit long-winded, especially when you're in combat. And there's like a boss halfway through the game, which is really annoying. It's one of them one-hit kill bosses that if it gets you, you're dead, type thing. And then it doesn't give it, and you're in like a darkened room, so it's hard to try and escape, and then trying to switch between weapons and things.
Just nub it down, mate. Go to the menu.
You just want the old classic traditional weapon swap from Gears, just D-pad.
Yeah.
Up, down, left, right, different gun.
This is D-pad. Scroll. You then have to scroll across, then up and down. It's
So what mode are you playing it on now? Is it super easy?
I am playing it on Noobenstein level because I was trying to go through and get all the collectibles as well. Trying to do as much as I can and explore. So it's probably going to take me probably longer than some other people because although it's fairly linear, you can sort of venture off and look into, like when you're going around areas where there's shops and you can just try and explore all the different shops and see if there's, collectibles. Plus, it's a good way of finding extra loot and health and stuff.
I always enjoy doing all that stuff in games. I know some people find that tedious, but I like going around and looking around all the architecture and stuff that people have designed in games and just drinking in the world a bit.
Yeah. Because you've got the Seattle fairly early on where it's quite open and you can go and explore. And I think there is like a trophy for exploring part of it because I don't think you need to explore all of it to progress further. So you can just go off and wander around and stuff. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I haven't really come to really any of the controversial parts that people moan about. I haven't really found it any different to any other game really. it is quite. What was I going to say? Was it quite violent? It's quite violent and gory, and some things you don't expect. But it's
A
really
little
well
bit
done.
melancholy.
Yeah, and it's not as much action as you think. I mean, I did see someone tweet saying it's a walking simulator. I wouldn't go that. I wouldn't go that far.
On a horse for a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean there are large sections of the game where you're sort of exploring and it's storytelling, and you don't really come across enemies as often as you perhaps would in other games. But it's quite nice. It breaks it up. You're not constantly having to fight all the time. So yeah,
Well, no,
so
like,
far,
I liked obviously Uncharted 4. I really enjoyed that game, and I found the exploration and looking around at all the cool scenery and everything much more fun and enjoyable than the actual combat in the game.
yeah. I'd say
Like, it's always that thing with Tomb Raider as well. I find in Tomb Raider, it's like, oh, we're getting near the tomb. How beautiful is it going to look? What's it like? What secrets are we going to find? All the rest of it. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to get hold of some enemies to shoot with my arrow again.
Yeah, I'm pretty the same as
thing.
that actually. Yeah, it's just nice walking around and not have to worry about the combat, and like I say, looking at the design and how much effort's been put into the game and stuff. So yeah, so far so good. We all know Webby's views on the game, but it would be interesting to, like, when everyone's sort of finished, we could perhaps do a spoiler, not on a special episode, but maybe just like a half an hour section of a normal podcast where we just chat about it and air all our views on the game.
I don't think
But
that'd
yeah.
be wise to have me on that, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Want to see if you can rope an old veteran back in for that, who's finished the game, one of the old cast members.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Stunty's finished it. Collie's just purchased it, so he's going to be a while yet. And then Dan's had it since day one, but has only played a couple of hours. It's like a 25-hour game, so Dan's probably not going to finish it this year.
It depresses me the fuck it does. I play it and I'm like, I think it's great, but I'm like, oh, it's so fucking sad. Everything's just fucking fucked, and I'm like, oh, let's go play some Mario or Animal Crossing, and I'm like, I'll go. Well, yeah, but I'm not down on the game. I'm just not in the right frame of mind. Maybe I might feel different soon enough, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, it's definitely worth finishing now. So
yeah.
What else? Fallout 76.
Oh, you're playing that garbage, are you?
Yeah, because I've obviously really liked the Fallout universe and the games. I've played them all, completed them all. But this one, when it first came out, obviously was full price, and it was just got ripped to shreds. So I sort of left off it a little bit. But now it's on Game Pass, and apparently, they'd fixed a lot of issues, and people saying they're really liking it. So I downloaded it, and I've played only a few hours. I don't really get it because it's like an online type game, isn't it? It's not like the obviously all the previous ones.
Yeah, it's like a weird like MMO-y kind of thing, but I think you're only ever in the world with a set amount of other players.
Yeah, because I've seen other players and I've not really done anything with them yet, and I've just been going around doing sort of all the basic missions. So at the minute, it does feel like just a normal standard Fallout game at the minute, because I'm just going around.
But without VATS, which is one of my favourite things from Fallout.
Yeah, because that's the trouble. I was going to say, the combat's not the greatest on it. That's one thing I will say. But graphically, it's a lot better than all the previous Fallouts. It's a lot more colourful. It's like dark and grey like some of the other ones were, like Fallout 3. So it is nice looking, and so yeah, I'm definitely going to be putting some more time into this.
You've also had the. Sorry, I was butting in again. I was going to say you've also had the bonus of you've jumped in after like a fair few sort of patches and updates have cleaned up some of the issues that people did have originally.
Exactly. So yeah, like I say, I'm going to put a bit more time into this, find out how this actual like online stuff actually works. So apparently there's a battle royale mode as well. So I don't really know how that works on it. That'd be quite interesting. So yeah, if you like Fallout, you're probably going to like it, especially now it's had all the updates and stuff. Do you not interested in that, Webby? Because you like the Fallout universe, don't you? Hello.
Has he killed himself?
Yeah, he's
Oh
muted.
no, I muted myself. Apologies. Anyway, I repeat myself because I was talking to myself. It looks like a normal Fallout like single player game, but because it got such poor reviews and even really bad user reviews, everyone was moaning about it. I just can't be asked, even though it's on Game Pass. Not interested, mate. The last Fallout single player game I didn't really enjoy either. So yeah.
Fallout 4, wasn't it?
Yeah. Fallout 3 was amazing, but Fallout 4 just was pretty rubbish.
And New Vegas was good, and I even liked the Shelter game.
That was good.
Quite like that for a little while.
Yeah. But no, I'm not interested in 76 at all.
Oh, okay. What else? I haven't really been playing much else. Still playing Gears Pop.
I can't believe you're still playing that.
It's only because, like, when you go to the toilet or...
How long do you sit on that toilet?
Like, if I've got a break, because I drive a lorry at work, I have to have a taco break, so sometimes I'll do, put that on for there.
Okay.
Quick game there, and I know on the Samsung phones, it tells you how long you've been playing. I've put over, like, 25 hours into that game.
Bloody hell.
And we've got a little hardcore like community, and then some of the guys like Clarky and Rusky probably put more hours into it than me.
Well, that's because that's the only gaming Clarky gets because he's not allowed on his Xbox anymore.
No, exactly. So, but yeah, we still do a bit of Horde, and I have a confession to make. I've actually paid £5.
Five English pounds?
Pounds sterling for a box, and I've got to say, what a waste!
Oh my
What did you get?
I'm thinking, right, I played like over 25 hours of this game. Try and give something a little bit back. And actually, I was getting to a frustrating part where I wasn't seem to be winning very much. And I thought, right, let's see if this is true. This pay to win. And actually, if I pay a £5 and I go on a winning streak, it's money well spent. But in this box, I got a few, no more than you get from a box that you get, that you actually win in the game.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed in that. So
what ways?
Any more of my money. Because I did that, and I lost the next two games anyway, so...
Lols. It makes my fiver spent in Sea of Thieves for a cat seem worthwhile now.
Yeah, I know we've all said, we just besmirch people who pay, bits and bobs, but if
it's only a fiver though, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's the point of beer down the pub for Peebs.
Yeah,
but he's
not anymore.
How
much is a pint of Peroni now, Peebs? About $5.50.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, what the fuck? You can get a crate of beer for a tenner.
Yeah, shit beer, mate, though.
That's redonk.
You'd be there with your Fosters and lemonade,
I can't believe you fucking pay that.
Beer Des Flanders.
Anyway, what's next, Peebs?
Just a normal bit of FIFA. That's about it, really, because obviously Last of Us is taking quite a bit of time. Trying to get that finished, really, because I was actually playing the Uncharted Lost Legacy up until, and so I've put that on the back burner to play.
That's quite a short game as well.
Yeah, so I want to get the Last of Us 2 done, and then I'll go back onto the Lost Legacy and try and get that done.
Okay, cool.
And then try and concentrate on Fallout 76, and there's not really much else that's sort of got me interested of late. I don't really know what's coming out.
It's quite time of year, mate. That's what it is.
Fairy Tale RPG, Pete.
Yeah,
Fairy Tale RPG.
I don't know, man. I mean, everyone says it's a quiet time of year. I've got so many games to play at the minute. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but no new ones, though.
Yeah, I don't want any new games. I haven't bought any new games for ages. Because I just want to play my older ones.
And you've got Game Pass as well, so...
Yeah, man. Game Pass. Living the dream.
For the win.
So is that it,
cool.
babes? Is that it?
Well, yeah, just a note. My Game Pass went up to, because obviously I was on the £1, whatever it was, for so ever.
Yeah.
14, 15 months, but it's just gone up now, which is a bit of annoying. So I think it's $10.99 a month I'm back paying now. And I have to sort of review some of my subscriptions because we've got so many subscriptions coming out. It's like Spotify, £10, Amazon Prime, like $7.99 or whatever it is, you know, and then
Adds up, mate, doesn't it?
Xbox. Yeah, it's like 30, 40 quid just in subscriptions.
Well, just cancel that Sky TV package. Sorted.
Done. Sorted, man.
Well, yeah, I am paying £100 a month for Sky,
Just
which
do
is...
what I do.
Bloody
Do what I did
hell.
on Now TV. What you do, you subscribe, and then you threaten to leave online, and then they say, "Oh, don't go. You know, you can watch this and this." And you say, "Oh no, I still want to go," and then they give you an offer to stay. I mean, I've got
I've
6 months of Now TV entertainment package for £1.89 a month.
Boom.
Done. So
Yeah, well, they do this thing now as well where, like, I've done that in the past. I was like, oh, I want to cancel my Sky Sports. Oh, let's see what we can do for you. Then, like I say, they'll give you it half price, but then you're tied into another contract. They give you it on a contract.
not if you do it on. If you do it on Now TV, it's no commitment.
Yeah.
So it all depends whether or not you want that
Yeah,
fancy box
now-
to record stuff on.
Well, yeah, it's just, I mean, I do like the Sky, the Sky Q and the menus and the way you can record things and download stuff, and it is good. So you're paying a bit of a premium for your nice flashy menus and stuff, but
Bit. Wow.
Oh well. Get
Oh,
yourself
well.
an Amazon Fire Stick. Job done. 40 quid. It costs you nothing afterwards. Sorted.
Yeah, I can sort you out of that, Peeps.
No, but I've been round to pals before, and they're like, "Oh, I can get on a Saturday. I can get all the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and I can watch German football, Spanish, all the football." And then you go around there, and they're like, spend the next 20 minutes trying to find a picture, trying to find a channel. It's like, oh,
It's a
go back
fucking
to Sky, mate. It's straight on.
yeah. It's a fucking joke,
Well,
isn't it?
it depends. I mean, I don't anymore, but I did have a IPTV subscription. You have to use a VPN to get it to work, and it worked perfect. Really good for the baseball. It was. I don't do it anymore though.
Yeah, because you're no longer a pirate. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not a part. I might look
There's no
like one.
baseball at the moment.
No, baseball has started up again actually, but I don't. Yeah, I've watched some of the highlights. They've got no one in the crowds, and they've got like fake crowd noises over the video.
They haven't even got the old video game cardboard cutout crowds.
Well, they have got some cardboard cutout crowds, like on a certain section. But that's it. Yeah, it's fucking. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if I can be asked with it this
You
season.
should see. I saw some of the ones for the Football League around in the UK. They had the Tiger King was one of them.
Okay.
I think Leeds had Osama bin Laden in the crowd.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah.
I think they're saying October now. He's going to start letting fans in, I think.
Yeah, they're testing various.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and I think they'll probably do it at like a 20% capacity, and then every month up it a little bit.
So get practicing your chanting. Who chants loudest gets heard
Well,
on
when you're at
telly.
Peterborough, the ground's all only quarter full on a good day anyway, so we ain't got to worry about that too much.
All
Play
the
up,
Peterborough
Pompey.
cheers, yay!
All right. Dan,
Yes, hello.
talk to me.
You said I'm buying new games. I bought a new game this a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Wow.
Wow, I know. Paper Mario, the Origami King.
Oh,
Looks great.
Did
It
that
is
come out the
great.
same day as Ghost of Tsushima?
It did, yeah.
It did indeed.
And you got
Did
Paper
indeed.
Mario instead of Ghost of Tsushima?
Yes, I did.
I'm disappointed in
He's
you.
still playing The Last of Us.
I wanted Mario, mate. Seriously, it was like, it was the thing. No, in all honesty, I'm still struggling sitting down on my couch and holding a proper controller and playing a game on a telly. I've gone back to my handheld games.
Is it the Origami King? Is that what it's
That's
called?
it.
Okay.
That's
I
it.
just wanted
You've got it on the stream at the moment.
Yeah, all right.
So it's great. How do I describe this? It looks like an RPG. It feels sort of like an RPG, but it's crossed with a 3D Mario game. But Mario's 2D. So
Weird. It looks quite
Well,
funky though. I like the art style.
Yeah. The combat is probably the biggest talking point because it's a little bit different from the other games I've been told. It's a combination of strategy, puzzle game, and hit points, I guess.
Okay.
And a lot of people have been besmirching it, saying it's hard. It's a piece of piss. I've literally I think I've died twice, and one of them was the boss, who was being a bit of a pain in the arse. The other one was I kind of got stuck with some brand new enemies and low health. But anyway, it plays like a 3D Mario game. It's probably the best way to put you into it, but with RPG riffs and elements. It's got a great sense of humour. It's actually quite well written. And it's really rewarding, and it's really original. And that's really all I can say. I'm about 2 worlds in, on the 3rd world, just starting it right now. It's I'm really liking it. Any questions? Kind of just skips over a lot of it.
I mean, the art style
Covered
looks
a lot
cool.
of the bases.
What's the story like? Have you got to save the princess again?
Yes, you've got to save the princess. So the story, good idea. Okay, the story goes is that Mario and Luigi are off to Peach's castle to go to the Origami Festival. I'm trying to remember this. And when they get there, it's all gone tits up. Someone called the Origami King has taken over the Mushroom Kingdom and turned loads of enemies and your friends into origami animals, and they've all gone a bit hollow. It's a bit like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, essentially. So they kind of turn Princess Peach into an origami version of herself, and she's a bit evil, I suppose, or a bit nonplussed. And the idea is that you go across all the worlds, and even your enemies who haven't been turned into origamis are your friends now. So you're friends with Bowser for some reason, although he's off doing something on his own at the moment. Luigi comes and goes as he pleases. And you get, as a friend, someone called Olivia, who's the sister of the Origami King. And it's really, really clever. And it's got bosses, you've got fights in it, there's puzzles.
These puzzles you have to line up the enemies like on a turntable.
Yeah, and then you basically take turns to
Okay, it looks
jump on them or hit
really
them.
good. I'm quite intrigued by this.
I love the art style and the presentation of it.
Yeah.
It feels like Zelda as well to a degree, because there's dungeons as well. So it's like a 3D Mario cross with Zelda, cross with an RPG, cross with a puzzle game, cross with you know with most 3D Marios when you kind of move sets, this one you've got literally 2 or 3, which is you can't even run in it. You literally hit your hammer to squash things. Or you can jump, and obviously you can. What else can you do?
It's got save points as well. Bloody hell!
Yes,
it's a proper
save
RPG.
points.
Wow.
The save point, so you save as often as possible. So there's animals, there's monsters as well. There's quite ingenious, like there's kind of elementals almost every single world which you have to fight in order to get some more special powers.
Really good.
It is
good. Yeah, I kind of pushed it to one side when I heard about it because I thought, Paper Mario, that sounds shit. But hearing you talk about it and watching the gameplay video, it looks actually really, really good. Like proper RPG, which I love RPGs.
If I remember, the original Paper Mario was an RPG.
It was. When you say, I'm kind of shying away from the RPG element to a degree because you don't level up in this.
Yeah.
So you accumulate better weapons and better equipment and new abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get level 10, level 20, but you do increase your HP, your health points as well.
Yeah.
So it's very much it's an RPG cross with a 3D Mario game, which isn't 3D
with some puzzle elements in the battles.
Yeah, and a lot more speech, a lot more story. So it's good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
man, I'm watching this boss battle with this flying water dragon thing, and there's a spinny. He's on the turntable thing, but there's like item things on the turntable as well.
Yeah, he's a pain in the arse.
Oh, looks cool. No, I'm gonna get this at some point. It's going on the wish list.
Excellent. That's your Christmas solid. And it's engaging. So
cool.
Yeah,
I think the missus would like that as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Man. So I did buy some other games today.
Oh wow, your Dan's on a spending spree.
Well, not really. I didn't spend that much. currently there's a whole host. If you ever, I mean, I go into the eShop quite a bit on Nintendo to see what's there, and
Yeah.
I got hold of the Castlevania Anniversary Collection for $3.99 today.
Wow.
So
nice.
there's 8 NES, SNES, and Game Boy games, and a couple of rarities on there.
Brilliant.
All Castlevania games. So if you can afford £4, it might be something to invest in.
The only problem with that collection is it doesn't have Symphony of the Night, which is really annoying.
You can get that in God knows. I think you can get that on almost everything.
It's not on the Switch though, which is.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's not. No, because I was looking for it on the stuff on the Switch because I thought it'd be a perfect game for that system.
I'll have a look around and see if I can find anything. But yeah, I mean it's got 8. It's got one game which I was playing a bit earlier. That's never been on in the West before, and that's Kid Dracula, which doesn't really feel like a.
Oh, that was a Super Nintendo game, wasn't it?
I think so. It might have been an NES game. Looking at the art style.
Yeah, NES or one of the two. But yeah, I've definitely heard of that.
It's quite
a lot.
Sorry, excuse me. It's quite basic, but there's enough charm in it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I think the original price of the compilation was about £16, and then to get it for £4, and then I'm fine with that.
Cool.
I mean, I probably won't play any of the games to completion, but as a kind of like a history tour, it's quite good.
And cool. For less than a pint.
Exactly. That's what I thought as well. This might get you excited. I don't know. I've been thinking just to get some more old games onto my Switch. I've already got enough already. So, and they got a deal with this series at the moment again. So I picked up Final Fantasy VII on the Switch for £6.50.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah, I thought I'd just go back to memory lane. Yeah, I felt I'd go back to memory lane because I played it since it first came at Beshu.
Oh, bloody hell.
Good God, that was a bit sharp.
I better take 2 weeks off.
Yeah, COVID test for you. Yeah, so I think I started it a little bit. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's just Final Fantasy, isn't it? 7, and it's kind of I remember most of it. Whether or not I play more than a couple of hours, remains to be seen. But
you'll probably do the bombing run and be like, it's not bad.
That's all right.
Yeah, go back to
it. Done. So no, that's what you liked about it. Okay, but yeah, before I remember, it didn't really get really good until Disc 2 anyway.
The whole game's good, mate. I don't know what you're on about.
You're indoctrinated anyway, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's when you start being able to customise an awful lot more.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
As opposed to at the moment, the combat's it's like press a button. Oh, he hit me. I've got no way of escaping or defending against it. Press a button. Oh, I killed him.
Well, it's kind of the tutorial, isn't it? Like, it's a long. It's trying to teach you the game mechanics and stuff.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of that. I mean, it's fine. As I said, I do like little games I can just dip in and out on little bursts.
Yeah,
it's fine. I mean, I think I finished the first one on PS1, was it, in about 70 hours.
Wow.
But that's with doing stuff like Knights of the Round and a lot of the other.
Yeah.
I still can't actually get my head around the fact you actually played and finished that.
I know, I was a different person.
It's never the kind of game that I'd expect you to have played.
It's a long time ago.
Before Dan was a bit of a party animal, maybe, I don't know.
No, maybe because I was a student and I had even more fuck all to do. I had no responsibility. Mate, I finished Secret of a Manor on a SNES, sorry, any SNES, and a black and white telly, just by laying in bed and not bothering to get out of bed.
Nice.
That's the good old days.
Yeah, exactly. Just I mean, there used to be days I used to just stay in bed all day. I mean, there was no lectures, up to date. Oh, I'll do that. Let's say tomorrow. Fuck it. Video games.
Nice.
So there's those ones. There's the new ones, and then just to kind of mop up a little bit, Donkey Kong Country. That's now as part of the NES Online. So it's complimentary if you got Switch Online, and along with a couple other games which I haven't really played. But I did play the NES one. I can't remember what it was, but I didn't like it, so I switched it off within about 20 seconds. And I can't remember what the other Super Nintendo one was. Anyway, it wasn't as good as Donkey Kong Country. And then a bit of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Still plenty of nubs on that.
Nice.
So it's been good just to go back and, finish top 3 most races. And then finally, obviously, the obligatory Animal Crossing, which I'm still playing daily. I've got a crack problem for 355 hours now. where do I go with this? I don't know. Well, tomorrow's going to be the test. But
Have you got any actual pieces of art yet, like proper pieces?
Yes,
Ah.
I have. I've got a few. They've actually upped the spawn rates on bread now. They've changed it around, so he's coming around more frequently. But I did have 2 trips of the cheeky fucker. Both trips, everything was fake. Couldn't believe it. So I just picked the prettiest painting. So I got a little guide online, so I linked it on my phone, so I can literally, as soon as Red turns up, I go to his little oily ship, and then I look at all the paintings, and I like, what's the happy painting look like? What's the fake? So I just go into my app on my phone, find it, boom, quick zoom in, fake, and every single fucking one was fake. 2 times on the trot, the cheeky fucker.
So he doesn't have his little weird tent anymore, then.
No, he turns up in a rusty steamboat with pumping loads of oil and smoke up into the air.
Oh, right, nice one.
He's as I said, he's not particularly pleasant, let's just say that. Yeah, it's fine. I had a new monkey turn up who had a go at me today for touching his things in his house. He's called Monty. He's a bit of a grumpy fucker, actually. I'm going to try and wind him up. And then there was other thing, and August is coming soon. I think there's going to be all sorts of stuff happening. But yeah, most of the time it's me sitting down just before when I wake up, because usually wake up, put the news on, have a glass of water and then maybe a coffee, and then I play Animal Crossing, do my dailies at half hour to an hour, and then I get on with the rest of the day. Oh God, it's tragic. It really is.
Yeah, it sounds boring as balls, but there we go.
Yeah, so that's about it.
I can't relate at all. Not at all.
You can't. It's yeah. It's fun. It's fun. I don't care.
Okay. Played anything else that isn't boring?
Fuck you. Oh no, I can't believe you just said it was boring. Anyway.
Don't you own it, Webby?
No, my wife does. I don't own that shit.
Yeah, she goes on there quite a bit. I know. She pops up.
She's on it every day. She's got nothing else to do, is she?
Wait. Silence. Yeah.
Oh.
Are you talking about me?
No.
There we go.
There we go.
You play Animal Crossing every day.
And?
Just because you've got nothing else to do.
I've got nothing else to do, mate. Oh, I just to steer the
Did you
the
just look at the
conversation.
kids and then look back at you
As you
and
see,
go,
you're a wanker.
Yeah, you are, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I did drop 750,000 bells on turnips today. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
nice.
Now children.
Leon, don't be giving me that. I know you're busy sometimes. On a rare occasion. Anyway, what
Trouble
are
in
you saying,
paradise,
Dan?
Yeah, I'm just listening in.
Yeah.
This is like it's like this every show, listeners.
know.
If you're the first time you're listening to this is what ever happens every fucking show. Oh dear. Yeah, that's it really. I will see.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Nice. Who's next, Darren?
Yes, indeed. Well, as we spoke earlier on, there was another big game that happened to come out a week or two ago.
Don't get
Called-
caught.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Unfortunately, Nintendo did get caught and it never came out.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't that. It was Ghost of Tsushima, which is probably the biggest game I was looking forward to this year.
This game looks
Personally.
fucking awesome.
It's beautiful. It is a very, very good looking game for basically what it is. It's obviously an open world game set on the island of Tsushima during the Mongol invasion of said island, and you basically go around as like the sole surviving member of like a ninja clan, not ninja clan, samurai clan. Fucking idiot.
What's the difference?
Well, one of them strikes from the shadows and is exceedingly fast, and the other ones generally fight on the battlefields with like honor and swordsmanship and all that kind of stuff.
So,
This game is very much like about the honourable side of battle and such. although you can technically fight and strike from the shadows and
Yeah.
do things, it is very much sort of frowned upon by the main character's own sort of like set beliefs and that of his teachers and the samurai code as a whole. So it is kind of like, think of it as like a monk breaking their vows.
Yeah.
What, like
So-
going to a brothel?
Yes, similar sort of thing. It is someone who's basically set in their own way and they have a strict code to live by, and they
Yeah.
obviously have an inner struggle of like having to go against that. So the storyline itself so far is pretty standard from the invasion, but I'm now going out into the world and meeting all these different sort of characters. I'm building up people like from other survivors from the attacks to basically rescue someone.
Okay.
And during this, you've got like the island is pretty much all there to explore. Although I believe the top part of the island is kind of gated at this point in the game and you can't access it. It's a fairly decent size.
Is it mapped on the
but it is-
real island, Darren? Sorry to
Yeah,
cut-
it is a real island. It is
Yeah.
a real place.
Yeah, I know it's a
the
real
event-
island
the-
because I've seen
yeah.
that they're using the game as a tourist advertising thing or something.
Really? Well, if the island actually looks like that, I'd love to go.
Oh,
Because like some of the places you'll visit in this look phenomenal. I mean, there's obviously a lot of stylization in there. Obviously, you've seen all of the Kurosawa sort of mode where you can play it in black and
yeah,
white,
that's really
sort of
cool.
thing, and giving it the old filmy look. But it also steals something from other Asian markets. So, like the entire look of the game is very much like Shang Yimou's sort of Crouching Tiger, Hero.
Okay.
Like all of the colours, the big vibrant colours, and the way it looks. So it's got that presentation. You'll go from like sort of like morbidly white fields, and then you'll go into a forest, and then the colour palette all changes to like this gold and yellow as you're walking up the steps to a temple. And
Oh,
there's
nice.
always movement in the game. Like there's always movement, whether it's leaves blowing about or just the wind. And it all adds to obviously the visual look of the game.
Nice.
You've probably seen a lot of the sort of things on Twitter where people have taken all these screenshots,
yeah,
which
the
is
yeah.
it's super easy to so many options you have with it. All it is right on the D-pad at any point, and the game just freezes, and you can zoom the camera in, move it about, change like all these different filters, and change times of day, the wind
That's cool.
direction, how fast it's blowing. You can actually add other filters in, like animals and stuff, to the picture as well.
That's very
Stamps and obviously like the looks of the characters. So people are gonna have like tons of fun with that on its own.
What I don't understand, right, is I've read some reviews and some of them have been quite mediocre. And a lot of the comments I've seen are saying that the graphics aren't that good, but all the videos I've seen, I think it looks fantastic.
Oh, they are fantastic. Like it is a typical sort of like, yeah, this is definitely a Sony first party game. Like you
Yeah.
generally always know, because there's not really any first party studio games that look horrible. I mean, even the people that didn't like and slagged off the Order 1886 can't say it was a bad looking game.
Yeah. So the world itself, when you're going through the world and that, does it feel like kind of Assassin's Creedy in a weird way?
Yeah, yes and no. Like this actually brings up a bit of a problem, because I've been playing Assassin's Creed and stuff a lot.
Yeah.
Buttons in Assassin's Creed don't do the same things in Ghost of Tsushima. So there's a few times where I've gone to open someone's like door, and instead of opening the door, I've smashed through it with a heavy strike.
Oh,
Or I've gone to get on my horse and I smash him around the face with my sword and he runs off. And I'm like,
that's annoying.
because it's like the right trigger to actually interact with things, rather than like in obviously the Assassin's games, it's a triangle button.
So with the actual fighting,
Yeah.
does it feel quite Dark Soulsy? Because like you seem to get injured like quite heavily with one or two hits.
Well,
And
yes,
the enemy
yeah, the
players
damage
seem
you
to
take
die.
is It's more realistic.
Yeah.
But that does go both ways. It's
Yeah.
not just you. Like
Yeah.
everyone is generally take a few hits, but you can change the difficulty, and as you progress through the game, you'll get armors which you can level up, which give you like increased damage resistance and such things like
They
that.
make you slower as well? So you've got heavy armor on, will it slow you down?
Not that I've noticed
Okay.
at the moment. I
It
mean,
looks cool.
I haven't unlocked a lot of the moves. I've only unlocked, I think, the first style, but you've got different sword fighting styles which are useful against certain enemies.
Okay.
So if you've got like a shield enemy, like you use water stance, because
Oh,
it
that
sort of
sounds
like goes
cool.
through their guard and stuff a lot easier. And you've got different move sets that you can unlock for each stance that you unlock as well, on top of obviously upgrades. But the upgrades I'm mainly going for at the moment myself are all like the deflection stuff. So it's like I want to be able to parry spear thrusts. I want to be able to knock arrows out the way because fuck archers. Like in any game, like ranged little cunts like in the distance. So whenever I usually start a fight, I'll go straight for them.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been taking a bit of an issue with the fact there's no lock on.
Okay.
Like you can't actually lock on to enemies, but when you actually get used to it, it works really well. You just whatever direction you're pushing
Yeah.
with your controller when you attack is the direction you attack in.
Okay. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it all kind of works really well. The parrying works well. You can do like perfect parries where you just knock them away and just straight away slice straight into their throat or whatever. I haven't done so much on the stealthy, ghosty side yet because I'm still only about sort of 4 hours in, and I'm still sort of slowly going through. And I'm usually methodical when it comes to like open world games. I'll just go and clear an area, and like, oh, there's a question mark there. I'll go and look at that, and then there's a question mark there, or whatnot, working my way round.
Yeah.
The only issue I kind of might have with it, which is something that I haven't heard anyone else really talk about, is your jumping is a bit floaty and weird.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it doesn't really detract because there isn't obviously a lot of platforming stuff around, but there are parts when I've been trying to jump up things, and it just doesn't feel like super like they've nailed that aspect. But I haven't really had many issues with anything else in the game. I mean, it just feels so badass when you're literally walking out of coming out of like this beautiful forest with the sunlight glinting through it and the leaves blowing, and then you see like a load of Mongols attacking some villages or something, and you just literally like, come on, you bastards, and you like stand off and you go into like that sort of bit where it's like the first person to make a move. And then after you do that, and then you just start deflecting all the rest of the blows away and just finishing them all off in style. It does feel fantastic when you do that. And we haven't really had, bar like older titles, any games really in that sort of setting or anything where you actually can go and explore. And because of the way it all looks, you mostly want to see everything that this place has to offer. Because it's like every kind of place I've gone to has a cool view or a cool aesthetic about it that looks awesome, that you kind of want to experience. I mean, the Golden Temple early on is like quite a big, nice standout area just on its own. Are there any other questions?
No, mate. I mean, because I've watched a lot of videos, read a lot of reviews about it. It is a game I'm really excited to play at some point. I will play it at some point. It just looks very, very good. I think it'll be probably one of the last great games on the PS4, to be honest.
Well, I think it is the last one that we know of, isn't it? Unless they do any others, like from the first party studios that are sort of crossing. But this game might actually solidify to me as Sucker Punch being my favourite developers on this console that they have.
Okay.
First party developer. Because I really enjoyed Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
And now they've gone and done this, which I'm just enjoying like way more because it's just basically like something I'm really into and I like, and I've always kind of wanted to experience. But yeah, it also is apparently one of the highest user rated games on Metacritic.
Ah.
What'd you say? Sorry, mate. It's one of the hardest games of what?
highest user rated games on
Well,
Metacritic.
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to start a campaign to rate it down. Fuck it.
You see, the Metacritic have changed the user reviews. So they won't allow the reviews to be put on there till after 2 days after the game's come out. I don't think that's going to change anything.
Yeah, no, but it isn't. But I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think so too.
To
Yeah.
be honest, I think that's perfectly fair. Rather than just scrubbing stuff, just be like, no, make sure people are giving it 2 days, because unless, like, fair enough, like back in the day, you used to get the odd promo copies of stuff through, didn't you? So there are other people out there apart from obviously professional like media reviewers that do actually get them to play these games beforehand that could like go up and just basically be like on the day of release, like, yep, stunning, loved it, blah blah blah, and that's in my opinion valid. But I suppose to make it fair for everyone, give it that couple of weeks, try and push away a few of the people that just want to get on there and hammer it because it's on a system they don't own or whatever, etc. But yeah, did you hear about the some of the media people were accusing the game of being like cultural appropriation?
Because it's an American-made game, isn't
it? Because it's an American... Yeah, some media people have complained because it should have been made by Japanese people and not Americans trying to make a Japanese game. Which, all right then, go and ask all the Japanese developers that make things like Dark Souls and like Dragon's Dogma, which is like medieval games. Like, it's like you're just opening a stupid can of worms with all that, to be honest.
I haven't seen any of that. Mate, but what you're saying... claiming that is gibberish, it's nonsense.
Yeah, it's just fucking stupid. But apparently it's done really well in Japan and completely sold out in certain places.
Yeah, that's good news. There you go.
Like they've literally like taken to it like a duck to water sort of a thing. They're like, yes, finally someone's done this. Like, I mean, everyone knows people for years were talking about doing like an Assassin's Creed in that kind of sort of period of history or whatever, like could have been in China or Japan or any of the sort of Asian places really. But yeah, it took a Western developer to finally go, right, stuff it, we'll do it, and it looks to have really paid off for them. But so far, yeah, I'm digging the combat. The upgrade system's great. I've got a slight issue. Very, very slight, and that is the foxes. You know, you get these foxes and you follow them from their dens and they take you to like a hidden shrine.
And do they sell you paintings and artwork, yeah?
No, they don't. But after you pray at the shrine, you then usually go and get the chance to go and pet them. But there's a couple of them that have just legged it straight away afterwards, and I'm like, oh, I didn't get to pet you.
Is that it? Is that your biggest gripe?
That's your big moan.
That's one of my big moans, little moans. But yeah, you'll unlock as well, like you pick up like flowers as you're going around in the world, and you use them to purchase dyes for your equipment, so you can sort of like dye your character's gear, which sort of like colour schemes you want, and your swords what you want, and etc. You also pick up sort of other items in the game world that just act as cosmetics, just to sort of dress your character up the way you kind of want.
Nice.
There's like one I went to like a little river and I composed my own haiku.
Oh, sounds very peaceful.
Yeah, and then got a headband which is emblazoned by the choices I made for the haiku.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah. Apart from that, Final Fantasy 14 dailies.
Standard.
Just wearing the time down until the 11th of next month when they release the next patch. They did actually have an update this week. They had like a live letter where they showcased the new trailer and stuff for all the content coming. So you got like the new Nier raid and new storyline stuff, dungeon, I think more stuff to do with your relic weapons, etc., and other bits and bobs. I kind of had it on in the background while I was doing other things, so I didn't fully pay a ton of attention to it, to be honest. But it will be nice.
They're letting you go free to play up to a higher level now as well, aren't they?
Yes, I believe you can completely play the game now for free all the way up to the end of Heaven's Ward.
That's insane.
And Heaven's Ward was fucking amazing. Like,
Yeah. The only problem is, if you're not paying, you can't join clans or talk to people, can you?
can you not?
No.
All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Never mind.
Still no news of that coming to Xbox, even though they have said it's coming. I'm sure I brought this up maybe in the last recording. Yeah, there's still no sign on that. Obviously been playing Black Desert a fair bit as well this week. They released the new class, the Hashashin. Who's like a Middle Eastern sort of like warrior who commands like sandstorms and things like that. I haven't really tested them out to try it, but I did like pre-create the character and get them ready for the thing so I could get my freebies out of the game when I booted it up after the update. So I got sort of like an extra pet and some scrolls and such, and some free sort of like game time, as it were, for their, because every MMO's got their own kind of version of like game time or their bonus, as it were. I can't remember what the ESO one was actually called that they had, but yeah, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's all I've really sort of dipped into this week. Obviously next week or this weekend we've got, like I said, the Fairy Tail RPG coming out and the physical copy of Streets of Rage 4 as well.
Oh yes, I've got ordered a copy of that.
So you maybe have to get on it with you, Dan, because like I won't have played it. So
what are you getting it on?
Xbox.
Xbox. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've ordered a copy on I've ordered a copy of the Switch. So
you got the Switch one.
Yeah,
it's
fine.
probably off Game Pass by the time the physical one will come out. No.
Yeah, cool, man. I'm out for that.
Yeah,
about in between working from home.
Well, yeah, unfortunately I'll be working nights. I think the Friday, Saturday, etc. So that seems to be sod's law. Whenever something I want is coming out, I'm working.
Yeah. Well, I bought a Switch version because I wanted to play it properly with some proper peripherals. So
that's fine. I think it'll work really well with the Switch.
Yeah. So I'm thinking.
But then again, I did think that with Bloodstained, Curse of the whatever it was, and the Switch version was like pretty diabolical in comparison to the others, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know. I didn't play it. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I think it needed a ton of work. Like it was like really flat textures and like some things look pretty dodgy. And
I wouldn't know the difference.
It's not a horrendously underpowered system either, and you'd think
it's more powerful than a PS3 in theory. Yeah. It's but it sits at a very niche point, I guess, in the sense that although it can't do your AAAs like Xbox and PS4, it sits there and does Nintendo games exceptionally well. And then, ports or updates of old 360 and PS3 games, which if that's your thing, it works. It depends if it's, sometimes they are a bit cheeky about how much they charge. And then you just sit around for an offer or a deal and you get it cheap. So it's all good.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much me done, yeah.
Okay then. Okay, well I suppose it's my turn then.
Good God, what time is it now?
Yeah, I didn't even. I thought you usually go first. It always catches me out.
I haven't. I won't be long, so it's fine. You can not worry. I just need to give a shout out to Wes in our community. We've been playing. Well, I've been playing some IL2 Sturmovik. We've been trying to get on together, but our times just haven't seemed to match up. And he knows how much I love flying the Spitfire, and there was some DLC which included a different variant of the Spitfire and had its own campaign. And he very kindly bought me the DLC so I could fly that new Spitfire and play those missions.
Oh.
So it's very nice of him. So thank you, Wes. You're a legend. I've been having a lot of fun on it. The missions are actually... Because this game is like a pure sim, it took me about 10 minutes just to figure out how to fucking turn the engine on before, to taxi into take off.
We hear this story every single week when you talk about these games.
I know, but it's... but I'm still learning and I'm really enjoying it. It's really, really good. So... You guys can wake up now because I'm going to move on.
Good God, yeah, you sent me to sleep quite quickly. That one did.
That was all right.
Yeah, thanks.
Tell me about that temperature gauge.
See, I think we've lost Peeps completely here, haven't we?
I'm still here.
Just.
about.
Just, yeah.
I can't. Did I start Yakuza 6 during the last podcast or not? I can't.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure you did.
So I've played them all in order from 0. I'm now on to 6. I would say I'm about 4 hours into 6 now, and I'm really enjoying it. I know Stunty's completed it, and he's really likes it. But the only annoying thing is in this game is you have to look after this baby.
Oh my God, just like real life.
Just like real life.
Life. So there's one point where there's you're running around the streets and you got to get milk for the baby because it won't stop fucking crying. I was just thinking, oh my God, this is like real life. So while I was playing this section of the game, like while you're looking for milk and the baby's crying, it does these random mini games where you have to like rock it in certain ways to stop it from fucking crying. And at the same time, my real life child was crying and screaming, and I was just thinking, what the fuck am I doing? I've got.
So what did you do? Did you like pause the game or?
No, I
keep
just left the
playing
baby crying on the floor. My virtual one needed more attention.
You need one of those like milking vests, like Robert De Niro in Meet the Fockers or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah, but anyway, I got past that annoying section, and the game's actually really good. Just like the other ones, the story can get a bit wacky in places, but it gets you're in a whole new area for a change, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving the because your main character kind of tries to stay away. You know, he's come out of the Yakuza and he's trying to stay away, but he always seems to fall in with the gangsters and ends up in lots of punch-ups and stuff in a very arcadey way. And I don't really want to dig into the story because I know it will spoil it for some people, but it's very enjoyable. That's all I'm going to say. Play it. Questions? No?
No. Next.
Okay, I've been playing a game that's had a lot of updates. I actually picked it up last year on PC. It's a game called Hell Let Loose. It's a 50 versus 50 World War II online shooter.
Jesus.
So what I'm really liking about it is it kind of reminds me of Battlefield when it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like the old school Battlefield games, but a little bit more hardcore. So you die a lot easier. But what I really like about this game is the attention to detail and the historical accuracy that they have. So it's all real life areas and real battles from World War II. And what they've done is they've mapped them exactly how they were back then, mate. And the graphics are absolutely stunning. Everything to the finest detail of the weapons, the armor, everything, like the maps. It's just all accurate. And it's just really cool playing it because there's a lot of teamwork involved. So you'll get into a game and you can join a squad or create a squad. And if you create a squad, you're a squad leader. And you really need to communicate with your team if you're going to do anything. So the maps are very large and you've got to like take points throughout the map or defend points. Now, you've got multiple squads, so what the squad leader has to do, they've got a separate chat where they can talk to the other squad leaders. So you talk to the other squad leaders, and then you do it, and then you talk tactics to give to your actual squad. So you'll get like, okay, Alpha and Bravo squad, we're going to go up to the north section, and Charlie and Delta, we're going to go down here, and we're going to do a pincer move or something like that. And it's just that communication, that team tactics. It's so
Is there
fucking good.
any vehicles, tanks, or anything like that?
So the way that the tanks work is you need to create a tank squad, and you need 3 people to drive a fucking tank. So you have a driver, you have a gunner, and you have a spotter. And the spotter is actually very, very important because he's got binoculars and he can see quite far. And he can give the coordinates of where he's aiming, you know, height and distance and that. So the dude who's firing the tank can actually shoot really, really far and hit enemies if he's accurate to what the spotter is telling him.
Gotcha.
Well. And then you've got sniper squads as well. And to be a sniper, you need to be in a squad of 2. You got your sniper and your spotter. Yeah.
If you camp for too long, do you get trench foot?
Pretty much. So yeah, but the thing is, like, it's like in real life with snipers, you have a spotter with the binoculars to give you, you know, if they spot people and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's because they're keeping it accurate to what life was like in World War II in regards to what the squads did and how it all works. You get a lot of ex-military people playing this game. And they're all like giving you tips and all that sort of stuff. I think it's really, really good because it's not... Because there is another World War II game on PC called Postscriptum, which is on another level of hardcore. Like, you can get shot in the leg and then you'll have to like drop on the floor and bandage it up and all this sort of stuff. This is more like... It is hardcore, but it's more of the battlefield side of it. So you can have medics in your squad and the medic just... gives you like the old injection, and then you're back up. Like in the Battlefield games. Yeah, so I'm really happy to find a multiplayer game that I'm really enjoying at the moment because it's just a lot of fun. I love the size of the maps and the variety of maps. There's a hell of a lot of different maps in this as well. So it's cool, but you do need to dedicate quite a bit of time because a game can last up to an hour. So
nice.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, because the game can last an hour, so the timer runs down. So if no one's like captured, like got to the end of the map and captured all the bases by then, whoever's got the most wins. But usually one team will just dominate a lot of the time. So yeah, it's
Cool.
good fun. It's really, really good. I'm really, really pleased with it. It's still in early access as well, and it runs like a dream now. It's actually
I saw videos for it.
yeah.
It looks good.
It's actually now published by Team 17, which is quite
Oh.
interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I think they picked
The
it up.
Worms team.
Yeah. So yeah, it's cool. I'm really, really digging it right now. So
Cool.
okay, so single player game wise, I am playing Control on the PC with ray tracing.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm loving it. So I'm playing it at 1440p, maxed out the settings, using the ray tracing, and only just getting 60 frames. But that's using DLSS 2.0 technology, which actually it renders the game at a lower resolution and then uses a load of AI to bring it back up to the standard. And it looks really, really good because ray tracing is very demanding. And it does make a difference. I know you guys take the piss, Dan.
I don't take the piss. I just think you're fucking mental.
But it makes a huge difference. So if you have it on, it like the lighting is just completely changed. It just makes everything look and feel more alive. Like you're walking in a corridor and you can actually see the proper reflections just in the shiny floor.
Does it make the game better?
No, it doesn't. But it just makes the world just look and feel more immersive. I'm just appreciative of the technology because it is a little bit of a wow factor the first time you experience it. It's weird. I know it sounds sad, but it's like you walk past a window and you kind of see your reflection in the window, like how it would.
It's one of those things. Yeah, you have to see. It's like the HDR. I didn't really think much of it, and then I played Horizon.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, now I know what everyone's on about.
Yeah. It is. It's a cool technology. Let's put it that way. But it's not the reason I'm actually now enjoying the game. It's weird. It's that Remedy weirdness. And when I first played the game, when it came out, I couldn't get into it, and I put it down, and I just thought I'd leave it. It's my mindset at the time. So I've come back to it in the last couple of weeks. I started it again because I've kind of forgot what was going on, and I'm getting into it now. The gameplay itself is actually really, really good because there's a lot of enemies and it just feels very smooth. And then because you get powers throughout the game, like you can levitate and throw objects at enemies, and you can upgrade your magical gun in different ways and all that sort of jazz. And it's very cool. And it's about this woman who has this weird power, and there's this building called the Federal Bureau of Control, and basically it's just all weird stuff. Like they have people there that have like telepathic powers, and it's just a collection of people that have powers, but something's gone wrong in the building, and you need to try and defeat these objects of power. So basically, they can be like everyday objects. So for example, I had a boss fight today, which was against a retro TV. Now you might think, what the hell? But it's like the object of power. You touch the TV, and then it like, how do I explain this? It like zoomed up in the air, and it just changed the whole world and made it all like twisted. You know, like when you have like a really weird, freaky dream, like the whole like corridors all twisted, and there's all these weird spikes and all this. It's just very, very Remedy. You know, like with Alan Wake was quite weird as well. So yeah, the whole story is very, very weird. Like the building itself is very big, but there's these certain sections where you have to pull this cord, and you pull the cord, and then you're transported into this motel in the middle of nowhere. And within the motel, there's all these weird puzzles to do to get out of it. And once you solve the puzzles, you go into this room, and then you pull another cord a few times, and then it takes you back to the Federal Bureau of Control, and it opens up certain doors in that building. And mate, it's just, you need to play it. It is just so weird, but in a cool way. It really is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is interesting. You need to check it out.
Didn't this game wasn't it a bit of hit and miss when it came out?
I think it was.
I think the people that got it liked it.
Yeah.
But not as many people got it that I think they hoped.
Yeah, I mean, it's very different to the previous games. I'll give you that, but it is.
Is it? Because it looks like was it Quantum?
Quantum
Break.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a bit like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Same developer.
I mean, graphically, it's very stunning. It's just the story is just it's out there, man. It is really out there. And my initial impressions when I played it, I thought, oh, the whole game is set in this shitty building, but it gets very. I mean, this building is huge, and the areas that you visit actually get very interesting. And there's a lot of the game can be quite psychological at times as well, and it's that typical Alan Wakey stuff where you go into like some rooms and there's like videos playing on TVs, and if you stand and watch them, it explains like some of the reasons why the world as it is and what's going on in why the Federal Bureau of Control is there and all that sort of stuff. It's very cool. It really is. Yeah, I'm digging it. I really am. I wish I'd got into it when it came out, to be honest, but there you go. So,
wasn't it on Game Pass, or is it on Game Pass?
No, it's it's on. I mean, I know obviously it's on consoles and that. It's on PC though, on the Epic Games Store, and it was on sale for £15 on the PC on the Epic Games Store a little while ago. So, yeah, that's when I got it. Anything else?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Last game I played, I did mention earlier actually, but a Halo multiplayer. That's it.
Cool.
Cool. Oh, there's a few people. Yeah, Strokey. It was on the Epic Store, but you can acquire it by other means, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
He also chucked a quid in to your games fund.
Oh, he did. Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant! I didn't see that pop up. I didn't. get
Yeah,
the
I saw
sound
it
in
pop. I saw it pop up.
Oh, did you?
Well, yeah, it pops up on the screen. It did. It's quite flashy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the thing is, I don't watch myself when I'm doing it, so I should do,
Yeah.
but I've got a face for radio, which is why I should really be doing.
That's why your face is on Twitch at the moment.
Yeah, that's it.
You got a face for internet. How's that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, controller's cool. Thank you for donation. Yeah, I've got the Patreon going now as well. I've got 3 Patreon subscribers now.
Oh,
So how
There you
cool
go.
is that? Yeah.
you got a right cottage industry going on.
I know. Awesome.
You get all sorts of free shit coming through the post soon.
I got a review copy of a game a couple of days ago.
You did. What PC?
All right,
Yeah.
Charles, calm down.
This game, right? So it is IL-2 Sturmovik, Cliffs of Dover. Right. So it's like it is a really shit game.
Well, that's not
And that's
something
the
you
last.
that anymore.
Freebie you'll be getting.
So
I mean,
I
they
actually
probably, how did you get a copy? Did they send it to you, or did you?
no.
ask
So
one?
I emailed them because
Yeah.
I've still got access to a website with all the PR email addresses.
Okay.
Strokey, if you go onto patreon.com/360gamercast, you'll find it, mate. Anyway, so I actually thought that this was DLC for the Battle of Stalingrad, which is the good version of IL-2 Sturmovik, which I've been playing. This DLC is for IL-2 Sturmovik Cliffs of Dover Blitz, which is an older version of IL-2 Sturmovik. The graphics are wank, and you can't get your fucking flight stick to work on it as well. The whole point of a flight sim game is to use a fucking flight stick. So with the IL-2 Sturmovik Battle of Stalingrad, you plug in your flight stick, job done, it just fucking works. Cliffs of Dover, wouldn't recognise it, it wouldn't fucking do anything. So I was reading the Steam reviews, and pretty much this game is negative overall, and all the reviews are like, can't get my flight stick to work, it doesn't fucking work, the game, and then the only way around it, some people have found, is to download a load of third-party software, do a load of shit, and then try and get it to work that way. I can't be arsed with that. If I want to play a game, I want to fucking plug it in and go.
I've got that PC Master Race in action here, guys.
Yeah, well, I was so excited. I really was. I was so excited. I think that I got this free game because it's not cheap. The main game itself is like 30 quid, and the DLC is 40 quid. So I was thinking, oh fucking hell, I've done all right here.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's bloody.
Doesn't work. Can't you just use a keyboard and mouse?
No, I couldn't even get the keyboard to work. It wasn't doing anything.
Oh, there
I
you
did the
go.
training mission, and the plane was just going around in circles, and everything was pressing, just wasn't doing anything. It was, oh fuck.
Because it's an older game, your computer just probably wasn't compatible with it,
Oh, I don't know.
with what you're running.
I was gutted. Anyway, questions. So I wanted to say I'm a little bit disappointed with the community this week.
Oh, you're always disappointed, mate.
Well, just the Facebook people, because I put
Yeah,
the
but-
questions out. I had 2 questions. On the
Well,
Facebook group.
the thing about the Facebook, mate, it's just the only reason people go on Facebook these days is to look at cat pictures, catch up with their mum and aunt, yeah, and then
Yeah.
basically just do a quiz about what kind of food you like.
Okay.
That's all it is. Yeah,
But on the
no one goes on there
question-
anymore.
On the question bit, I put a GIF of a cat with question mark over it. I mean, come on, what is more cool than that?
Maybe people didn't understand.
Yeah. Anyway, I put the shout out onto the Discord group, and I had more people ask questions on Discord group than the Facebook group this week.
Well, there you
Fair
go.
enough.
So
Facebook-
more people need to join the Discord group, because that's where it's all happening right now.
Okay. You got some questions though, yeah? That's good.
Yeah. So shall we
Ask
do it?
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the 2 Facebook questions first. Damo Richards, actually, an ex-work colleague of mine, have developers been caught napping when it comes to new games for the upcoming consoles? Interesting
I've
question.
got no idea. It's hard to tell with obviously all of this virus stuff setting shit back
Yeah.
and disrupting things that
Yeah.
were generally probably on course. But you do get a lot now of like games being announced, like Ghost of Tsushima. I'm sure I've been looking forward to that for like 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough.
There's like there are a lot of games that are sort of announced, and it's like that's years down the line. Like we need more, like I said, more people to do the Bethesda model, like advertise the game around this time of year. It's out September.
Yeah, so I'm just laughing at the question
like
that's
a
just
few
come up
months
on the
after or
Twitch.
whatever. All right. fair enough.
Yeah, sorry. I mean the answer. I mean my answer to the question is it's the new generation hasn't even started yet. The first year or two, we don't really see a big improvement anyway. I think just keep your expectations low, but I think we're going to see some cool looking games in a few years for sure.
I think as well, just thinking of it anyway, technically myself, like either of the two systems could have like their own like big games coming out on it. But you've got to
Yeah.
think, like for me personally, like games I'm looking forward to trying out during the rest of the year. Assassin's Creed's one of them because I obviously
Yeah.
love the last one, so
Yeah.
that's a game I'm going to be playing no matter what. So that doesn't need to be an exclusive.
Yep.
And then you've got Cyberpunk as well,
Yeah.
which is going to be another game loads of people are going to pour loads of time and hours into. So it's like those games are already there, sitting, waiting for the next gen,
Mm-hmm.
on top of whatever else
And you
they
can
put
play them
out.
on your
To be
current
honest,
gen
those two
consoles
games
anyway,
might
mate.
be good enough on their own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes the heat off also a little bit, I suppose, with PlayStation or Sony and Microsoft to an extent, because that's what they've got these games. Third party's going to take care of them. Everyone's going to be semi-happy, I guess, and then I'll have Tetris, so I'm sorted.
Sorted, mate.
Yeah, happy days.
Anyone else want to answer? Because I'm going to go to the Twitch
No.
question now.
There you have.
Strokey McGinger, what are your thoughts on Cranky Gamers? Every time he gets his benefits payment, he calls it being paid.
Well, technically, he's getting paid.
Yeah,
Can I?
don't really,
can I-
I don't really know. I don't really care.
Well, I was being nice to him on Twitter, and then he blocked me, and I didn't even say anything horrible.
I think you did actually, because I
No, I
kept an
didn't.
eye on that.
I
You
was
just
not-
disagreement.
you just escalated something and you
No, I
inferred
didn't.
something.
No, I didn't. But anyway,
And I think you did.
now I'm going to say the guy is a fucking cunt. There we go.
Oh, dude, this is getting edited out. You
That's
know.
staying in. The guy's a dickhead.
Oh,
Lazy fucking
I've
benefit
never
sponging.
I've never met him. Never conversation.
There we go.
Follow him, but
Anyway, that's my answer. Next question. I know he'll probably hear about this, and I hope he does. Right, next. Ian
Oh,
Stewart
dear.
says, should Xbox have shown a jazzed up, unrealistic version of Halo Infinite and then took the flak later when parts are downgraded, or ray tracing patch but ready at launch, or gone as they did with an old build with no ray tracing patch included? Ian, I think staying honest is the best policy. You look at the Ubisoft games, which Watch Dogs, the original one, got all that flack because it got that big downgrade, right? Imagine this. We've all seen Halo, and everyone's gone, oh, it looks really shit, and then at launch it looks amazing. That's the
That
game
could
they're
be an
playing.
interesting, amusing thing to do.
Yeah. That's my answer. Anyone else?
yeah, whatever. It's all good. I will say this because I think when the Xbox presentation kicked off, I didn't really join in on Twitter about it. I was just watching everyone's reaction, and a lot of people were just moaning about graphics or the capabilities or the whole kind of joy of seeing new games or anticipated games for the first time was kind of sucked out of Twitter. It's like some kind of vacuous hole, if you know what I mean. There was no joy in there.
I think what we need to do is when we're watching game reveals or events, just don't look at social media that day.
I
Well,
usually just look afterwards. Like,
Yes,
and
that's
then
what I was
be like,
doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
they're off.
They're off. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to burn the looks crap. And I'm like, mate, you've seen about 3 minutes of it. It's like, you know, you're probably watching it through either your phone or on a telly through a shitty stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, well, the main thing I've saw about Halo. Okay, whenever I've played previous Halos, I've never stuck with it because you play the game and they kind of chop and change it. It's not as you remember it from the days when you played Halo 1 or 2. And this was basically right back to basics. You've got your Warthog, you've got Master Chief, off you go. You've got those little squeaky little things from the Covenant running around.
Oh, yeah,
You've got the classic weapons. You've got a couple of
grunts.
you got the couple of extra kind of gimmicks here and there. Relatively speaking, the gameplay looks smooth. You had someone very competent playing it, so it was quite exciting in terms of combat. And then you think, yeah, okay, they've got it, and you know that it's going to be expanded out in terms of enemies, new threats, because you know what Halo's like. You got your core enemies, and then they chuck all sorts of twists and enemy types in.
I think
games as a service anyway, isn't it? It's going to be constantly evolving.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think what makes it for me with a Halo campaign is doing it in co-op with a couple of your buddies.
Well, I mentioned that, but I'm guessing that's there.
Yeah, it's got 4 player
it
split
has to be.
screen, so it's got 4 player online. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's all there.
cool.
I mean, whoever gets it, you're going to be happy with it. It's fucking Halo.
Yeah,
and
man.
if it isn't, and in fact, if you've got your Series X and you've got your brand new 4K telly and it's not up to spec, it's Christmas. So, Merry Christmas
the
to you.
game's going to do well. It's Halo. It's just one of those
exactly.
games. It doesn't matter what it's like. It's still going to do well, even though not many people like 5. It still probably did pretty damn well.
Yeah,
because it's a Halo game.
How many gig do you reckon it's going to be?
At least 100.
150.
We'll see if obviously Microsoft are hopefully doing what Sony are trying to do with the PS5 with reducing the file sizes down, making them a bit more manageable. Because I know Halo 5 clocks in up. Is it around 100 or over 100?
Over 100, I think. Or it was about 80 odd. I can't remember exactly. It sat on my hard drive for quite a bit until I just went, no, I can't deal with this anymore. It's got to go. Yeah, but it's just what was the original question? Because I think we've got a tangent here a little bit.
The original question was: should Xbox have shown a jazzed-up, unrealistic version of Halo?
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Yeah.
Still on slight course with the question.
Yeah, I think the whole thing. You led the presentation with Halo to go. Okay, you want to get off the bat. It's coming. This is what it looks like. Some new functions. We're going to tease you a little bit. I mean, I spotted a little bit of pop up, and I went, "Oh," and I went, "Okay." I mean, but then stuff like that doesn't really upset me.
That's fair. Right, should we go on to Discord?
Yeah.
Okay, Wes says, what game are you most excited for from the Xbox showcase and why?
I've already answered that. Let someone else go.
Oh, that's tough.
I'd say the medium for me.
See, I've got a couple that I'm really excited for. Stalker 2, The Medium, and Halo. Well, that's free. That's not, Free games. I'm allowed 3.
Peeps?
What's this? 3 games we're looking forward to?
Yeah.
On the Xbox presentation, or because
Dan,
you
you're
didn't
really
see
scratching
it.
your mic.
Yeah. Is that me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Well, I didn't watch it, and I didn't. But the games I'm looking forward to is the Valhalla one, Assassin's Creed, and Cyberpunk. That's about it, really.
FIFA 21?
Well, I always say I'm not going to buy them, but then I end up buying them. So I'll probably end up getting it.
You've got empty stadiums as a function this time around with cutouts.
Oh, have you seen the weird box arts for some of the sports games coming out from EA recently? Like using loads of squares.
Oh, really?
Weird. Yeah.
No,
I think there's one I saw the other day for the new MMA UFC game.
New branding coming in.
Quite strange. Yeah.
Very good.
There's a new UFC game coming out, isn't there, as well?
And players' boxes in it.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I think there was boxes in it. Yeah.
Okay, next. Clarky says, do you think Halo Infinite looks ready to launch for the Series X? Clarky
Yeah.
was an early build, mate. It's going to be fine.
Yeah,
It'll be
no
fine.
idea.
Anyway, you won't be able to play anyway, Clarky.
Yeah, because you're whipped.
Stick to Gears pop.
Yeah, stuck in the toilet.
Oh, well, actually, when XCloud comes out, he can just sit on the bog playing games on his phone.
On his phone.
Yeah.
Or what you could do, you could
Look at
watch
that
you play
pure
it on
clarity
Twitch.
and detail on a
Oh,
little
yeah.
7-inch screen.
Job done. Strokey McGinger says, I'm an Xbox guy through and through, but I'm seriously seeing the PS5 exclusives seriously tempting. My games library is pretty much 80% Xbox One and 20% PS4. I want the Xbox for backwards compatibility and such, but I'm considering the PS5 for the innovation. What do you reckon?
Well, technically, he can keep hold of his Xbox anyway, because everything that they're doing for the next couple of years on the Microsoft side will run on what you've got.
Yeah, but what
Technically,
exclusives are
you get the
coming?
5 then.
But what exclusives are coming to the PS5 in the first couple of years?
Yeah,
anyway?
I wouldn't make any choices yet personally, unless you're just one of these people that has to get the new things when they're out. It's better off to hold because we don't actually know what half the launch games are, apart
Yeah.
from
No,
like what
that's
we
it.
said, Cyberpunk and thingy, and we only know that because they've actually talked about their release dates. You know, they're obviously on those systems.
Smart delivery.
Yep.
But,
Okay.
but
Yeah. I don't know, mate. I mean, I would hold off until you know more info on the systems. But there we go.
oh yeah, I was saying,
Yeah,
I bet
yeah,
we'll
so-
hopefully do something in August because
Yeah.
we're getting near that time.
100%. Okay, Gunslinger says, who else thinks these consoles need to rethink their cases? Neither machine is going to fit nicely in my TV cabinet, and it's really frustrating me.
Yeah, they are both
They're
kind
huge,
of a
aren't
bit
they?
weird in their own way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get a new TV cabinet. Sorry.
Yeah. It's just what you're going to have to do, Gunslinger, or just put
Well,
it up.
TVs are getting bigger, so they're probably like, well, so will the cabinet, and you won't have an issue. Like,
Yeah. You could
Oh, well.
be really cool and like put a shelf on your wall and then put your console on that. That'd be cool.
It's a nice problem to have,
Yeah.
to say that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Streaky Ginger added to his question. He has a Xbox One S, and he now has a 4K TV. Okay, so if it was me, I would get an Xbox Series X because of Game Pass and shiny.
And the fact they're going to stop making it, saying
yeah,
what
man.
the rumours are true.
100% Xbox, and then just get a PS5 in a couple of years. I think that is all the questions. Actually, just looking through the chat. No, Strokey, just get a Series X. Job done. Listen to me.
Yeah. If you don't like it, he'll bite off your cheek.
Yeah. That's it. $5.
Wouldn't it be amusing if actually they're the reason they're getting rid of the Xbox X because they're just going to do the Series X for the exact same price as the X?
Well, the rumor I've heard is that there's going to be another SKU, which is going to be the
you'll have the
series.
all digital version as well. Wouldn't
No,
you?
not necessarily
the
digital, but it's
subscription version.
Yeah, there's
The
going to be a
Series-
version.
The
Well, there's
Series
gonna be a-
S.
Well, there's going to be a SKU. The rumor is I've read somewhere. Don't quote me on this because it's probably bullshit, but it's going to sit at the price point where the current Xbox One X sits, and it's going to have most of the functionality and speed and gubbins as the Series X, but not the 4K. So
Okay.
that's it. It's called Project Art, something like that. Can you look it up?
Lockhart. Yeah. I've heard of that.
Yeah, so the idea at the moment, if you think about the strategy that they're doing here in terms of pricing, so if you lock in, Lockhart at the current launch price of Xbox One X, and have that as the lower entry SKU to the new console, and obviously the Series X full fat at 500 quid. That kind of forces PS5's hands completely. So it's very likely that there could be a higher, better console at a lower price than PS5. That's the
I'm
rumor.
still thinking no more than 450 for the Xbox. That's what I've got in my head.
Mate, I think people are going to be disappointed. With the technology that they're supposed to be pumping out. I think they're going to be 600.
I mean, we could be completely
almost.
wrong, but going along, that's literally where people are going to be like, "You what, mate? Hold on a minute." And obviously, I suppose if they both do come in at that price point, Microsoft sit better off in the fact that, well, you don't technically need a new system for another couple of years yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep paying your subscription to Game Pass.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
$1 million.
Billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's in terms of a business strategy, it sounds. I mean, if you consider that, well, I've said this before, but PS5 is still maintaining this very much console cycle kind of approach where Xbox has gone, fuck it, everything all under one roof, carry you through.
Well, they're going for like the iPhone route, aren't they? Offering these bloody, these finance deals, which includes Game Pass and the consoles, and it makes sense.
I haven't seen them advertised anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah, you need to, there's only a couple of retailers that are doing it. One of them is Game, directly through Microsoft, and there's another one. I can't remember what the other one is.
I wouldn't go through Game.
Phone Warehouse.
Probably. Yeah. So.
They're like very very catalog.
Oh God. Yeah.
Littlewoods.
Littlewoods, yeah.
And then your console will be over $1,000.
Yep. In long run.
Yeah.
Affordable payments over 36 months.
Yeah.
£200.
Yeah.
Right, guys, that's the end of the questions. It is now 11:20 at night, and I've got work in the morning, so I think that is the end.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's plenty of time.
It's been fun, yeah. So, yeah. So for me, Mark Webb, Gamertag, Piston D, Simmer D, Webby, 360G.
Got to go to bed now. Bye, Dan. Bye.
Tatty bye, Mr. Peebles.
And tired, Sensei Switch.
Cool, so don't forget to visit the website 360gamercast.com. You can subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/360gamercast. Twitter is at 360gamercast or at Webby360G. That is it. It's been awesome. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention, actually, the Forza Gamer Night.
There we go.
Didn't you keep getting kicked offline or something?
Yeah, but it's not that, man. I'm disappointed with the community. I want to give a shout out. We need to get more people on these Forza Fridays. Or maybe think of a different game.
Mate, because you put in Forza 7, it's a bit niche. It's a bit.
No, it's not because the week. Well, yeah, I agree, but the week before that was Forza Horizon, which everyone has because of Game Pass. Fucking 3 people turned up.
Mate, I was down the pub. Pubs are open.
That's no excuse,
Everyone was
Dan.
down
It's
the
no
pub.
excuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pubs are
Anyway,
open.
so every Friday from 8:30 p.m. we're going to be doing Forza. This upcoming Friday is Forza Horizon 4. I want to see everyone there. Everyone.
Good luck.
Alright? The whole community. All 10 of you that download the podcast, I want to see you there.
What other games could you do if, you've got your Call of Duties and stuff, isn't it? What else could you do?
Well, Forza just seems to be a really good one to do because you can have quite a lot of people in a party. It's cross-platform PC and Xbox. It's on Game Pass, so everyone's bloody got it. Come on.
And you just dick
Makes
about
sense.
on it.
Makes sense. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Friday, I'll see you all there. Anyway, thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
No, it's fortnightly.
Rock on.
It's fortnightly.
See you next week. Yeah. Edit.
Fortnightly. Did I say next week?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye. 2
Edit.
weeks. 2 weeks. 2. Bye. Ending the stream.